Okay, everyone, we're live here for United States versus Ghana, and Pete is back. He's back
Yes.
from explosive diarrhea. Uh,
Sure.
good to good to have you back, Pete. How was it? What did you eat?
Um, I ate bad chicken. I can't do this. I'm not that good an actor. No, I was on set. So for 3 days in Dixon, Illinois.
On set. Okay. Anyhow, Pete's back. Regardless of where he was, he's back. We have the post game today. Don't forget at 11 Yanks, and the lineup is out for the United States. We're going with a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. We'll see what it looks like when the game starts. There were times it looked even like a 4-4-2 last game, so it's a bit complicated to say anything about what's the actual formation until the game starts. But we have Matt Turner on goal, Dest on the right, Christopher Lund on the left, Miles Robinson and Chris Richards are the two center backs. The midfield will have Musa, Johnny, and Reina. The only thing that'll probably be different, if it's a 4-3-3, Johnny's probably where Musa is, and Musa is where Johnny is. But good midfield, and then up top you have Christian Pulisic, Balogun, and Weah. That's probably the go-to front three from Greg Berhalter from here forward until something else changes. Pete, first reaction to this lineup?
I mean, I'm happy. I'm really psyched to see Johnny get his first start. Right. So that's cool. And miracle of miracles, Gio centrally 2 games in a row. What happened to Greg Berhalter?
BJ's in charge, and I'll show you why. Where is it? Where is it? Last game. So last game, Pete, you weren't here, but they had the coach. FootMob had the USMNT coach as BJ.
I saw something on Twitter about that.
Yeah, that's what FootMob saw the lineup and they said Geo Central. Oh, that's not Berhalter, BJ Callahan. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how Gio plays today. Last game he was playing central, but there were a few issues that I had. I liked the way he was being placed on the defensive shape, very close to Balogun, high up the field. So if we got the ball, we could quickly hit the opposition in transition, trying to find Gio. The only issue that game was Gio kept going wide, mostly to the right, looking almost like a right midfielder in possession.
Yeah.
I want him to be central. I know central sometimes it's uncomfortable to get the ball central, but he has two very technical midfielders behind him today, Yunus Musa and Johnny, that can't connect. And Johnny is used to playing a double pivot for Internacional with a 10 ahead of him, so he will find Gio. I hope Gio stays a bit more central and that we play more like what we saw in the first half against Germany and not the second half.
So full disclosure, I didn't watch the Germany game because it's just crazy right now. But I hear it was a very good first half or decent first half against a good team, and then just fell apart in the second half.
I would say very good because of the opponent. If you play toe-to-toe with Germany, it's different from like, oh, it was an even match with Mexico. It's like, no, we're playing Germany and we created some good chances against. I thought we played well in the first half overall.
Yeah.
Cubo Maker saying you came at exactly 69 likes. Nice. Glad Pete survived his week-long battle with recurring chronic diarrhea. It's not chronic. It was explosive diarrhea, and it's probably because he ate something very bad. And he got a great job on set, too. So it was like everything for him.
Everything happened all at once. Everything everywhere all at once.
You could only choose 2 out of 3. So you had diarrhea, being on set, in the U.S. men's nationals. You had to choose 2, so you chose being on set with diarrhea.
Wow. That's quite the choice there.
No acting needed. It was for a role of a guy that had diarrhea, so it kind of played out just fine. It just all worked out at the end. Everything's fine. And yeah, we have 69 likes, so we can probably get more. We have 500 people in the chat, so get them up to whatever you can. And everyone, after the game, we go to 11 Yanks for the post game. It's going to be a good one. We're probably going to be recapping a little bit of the whole camp, right, Pete? Even though you didn't watch the Germany game, probably going to talk about it at some point going on. Frank Castor saying, Pete, your toilet was in chat. Oh, yeah, they put Pete Dowdit's toilet.
Oh, boy.
How do you say this name? Blaugrana Kuler?
Blaugrana Kuler, like culero?
Culero. Maybe he's saying, "I swear, if the United States lose or don't beat Ghana by 2 goals or more, I'm so done with U.S. soccer until Berhalter is gone." Yeah, we'll talk about Ghana in a second because they played Mexico and they made Mexico look like Germany in that
Yeah.
game. And
Look, Spicy Jeff is back.
he's back. He's back. He's sending us kisses. Kisses to you too, Jeff. Thank you very much. Uh, let's talk about Ghana. What's interesting about Ghana, Pete, is when you look at their lineup, they have some good players, right?
Yeah.
Kudos is a good attacking midfielder
Kudus is amazing.
West Ham. Inaki Williams up top, good player from La Liga. Maybe not as good as Nico Williams from his brother from Atletico Bilbao, but very good player. Thomas
Yeah.
Partey. There's some good players
Doesn't
here
Mensa
in
play for the Crew?
Mensa.
Or is that Jonathan Mensa? No.
No. He's from Auxerre in
Oh, it's his
France.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah, they have some good players here. This Crystal Palace forward, Jonathan
Yeah,
Ayew.
Ayu. Jordan Ayu.
Yeah, this is a good team on paper. But the game I watched against Mexico, they looked terrible. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. Mexico looked far superior. It was a 2-0 win. Mexico probably could have got three. They started Raul Jimenez, that again, just not as good as he used to be in the past. Ever since he had that horrific injury, anything short of a convincing win today, everything short of a convincing win to me is a disappointment, especially at home.
Yeah, we better be, especially because we crumbled against Germany in that second half, right? The problem, and again, I didn't see that game, but based on what I've been told, it seems like the same problems that plagued us against the Netherlands plagued us against Germany. Greg doesn't know how to adjust. Germany adjusted in the second half, destroyed us completely, and Greg didn't. So it just feels like questions about, because Matt Crocker was the one who said it, right? Well, we, believe that Greg is a guy who can, make us beat big powers in big important games. Now, it's not an important game, but if you can't even beat them in a friendly, you know what I mean? What can Berhalter point to that makes us believe that he has what it takes to figure out how to beat these big teams? He doesn't. He hasn't showed us that yet.
Well, and the thing is, one thing we've been talking about for a long time is in the 2026 World Cup, we want the U.S. men's national team to do something special. Now, we're not delusional fans that we're going to go on and say we have to get in it to win it. We need to win the World Cup. That's not realistic. Of course, if you're playing the World Cup, there's at least a 0.1% chance you might have a chance of winning it. It's not realistic for the United States. But again, we want to see the United States pull a big upset in the World Cup, knock out a big boy, right?
Yeah.
Do something special at home, even if that means losing in the quarterfinals, but knocking out some giant at some point. The
Yeah.
thing is, throughout Berhalter's entire U.S. men's national team career, he has never done that. No, every time he faced the opponent that was superior, the team crumbled and lost or just didn't get a result. I guess some people point out to the England match, which was a very
Well,
weird
that's his
match.
biggest result ever. That's
A
his
0-0
biggest
draw.
result ever is a draw with England, a dull draw with England in which neither team looked that good.
Yeah, and what I also tend to say is I usually say this might be more of like a Brazilian mindset, not an American mindset, and people might disagree with this, but I usually tend to say if you score no goals in 90 minutes, even if you don't concede any, you didn't play well. The game's about scoring goals. If it doesn't matter how well you played, if you fail to score one goal in 90 minutes, you didn't play well. You need to score a goal. And again, it comes down to creating opportunities. If you create enough opportunities, some of them will go in. I don't think we created that much against England in the World Cup. That's the thing. We had a ball from Pulisic that hit the post, but that was not a high probability shot. He just got a brilliant.
No, that was Pulisic doing something on his own.
And what else did we do in that game?
Nothing. Passed the ball around. England had a few chances. Turner made some saves, but they didn't look that good either.
Didn't seem like they cared much. It was weird. And also they have a terrible coach, so it's kind of complicated.
Yeah, they've got the American Berhalter, English
it's literally
Berhalter.
Literally Berhalter with an American accent, with a British accent, eating fish and chips. That's Gareth Southgate. So Berhalter has never done that. So if you want to do something special in 2026, because we're not the best team in the world, we're not a top 10 team in the world. We want to make it to the quarterfinals. Well, guess what? Quarterfinals are the top 8 teams. We are not a top 8 team, which means we're going to have to punch above our weight if we want to do something like that.
Well, isn't the quarterfinals now going to be awkward because it's like the second round?
Well, it's gonna be deeper. You're gonna have to win two knockout rounds to get there.
to get to the quarterfinal, and that's where we want to get. We want to win
Yes.
2 knockout games to get to the quarterfinal
Yeah, and then one can dream of possibly a semifinals, which right now looks very unlikely under Berhalter. But
under Berhalter.
yeah, we want to make it to the quarterfinals, and we have a guy in charge that can't pull a freaking upset to save his life. We're not a top 8 team. We're gonna have to pull one or two upsets if we want to go that far.
Every other U.S. coach since Bruce Arena pulled upsets, right?
Even
Bruce
Klinsmann.
Arena beat Portugal at the World Cup. He also beat Mexico at the World Cup, and Mexico at that time was a very different Mexico than we had now. Okay, Jurgen Klinsmann drew Portugal at the World Cup, and he beat Ghana and Paraguay. Once in the Copa America, one in the World Cup.
Mhm.
Bob Bradley beat Spain in the Confederations Cup semifinal.
Almost beat Brazil.
And almost beat Brazil, and none of those guys have had the same level of talent that Berhalter has available to him. So if he can't get some kind of upset at some point, he'll only be confirming what we all think about him.
Yeah, that's the problem because with Greg Berhalter, essentially what happens to the U.S. men's national team is we go as far as the bracket allows us. Like the first
Yeah,
team that's better than us than we face, we go down under Berhalter, and that honestly would probably be around the round of 16, because
yeah.
round of
And we play
16,
uninspired soccer for the entire tournament.
mhm, because round of 16 are the top 16 teams in the world in the round of 16. Uh, and that's like roughly where the US is, top 20. That's probably where the United States is nowadays. And we're just going to fall as soon as unless we get very lucky with a bracket, which you can't rely on that. So, again, for the US to make it to a top 8 team, we need to pull upsets because we're not top 10. We're not top 8. We're not even top 15, in my opinion. So, that's what I'll add. And Berhalter has failed to do so. So, today we play Ghana, a Ghana side that, again, if you want to do on the World Cup, you have to beat this Ghana side. It's not a pushover team by any means, but it's better than Uzbekistan and Oman, but it's not a great team. And we play at home. And I don't know how much Ghana cares after what I've seen against Mexico. Anything short of a big win would be a big disappointment. I'll do one thing, and I want to know if you agree, Pete. I think if we beat Ghana just 1-0, but we're creating loads and loads of chances and just being wasteful, I think that's acceptable. And that's also not on Berhalter if the players are just missing chances left and right. Would you
Right.
agree with that?
Yes, it's about
Yeah.
the performance, really. We want to see a really strong, good attacking performance, defensively solid. And if Ghana adjusts, I want to see Berhalter adjust. Like, that's the main thing. We never see him adjust, right? We want to see him tweak something if it's not working. He can't do that. He hasn't done that once for the U.S.
Mm-hmm. This is an interesting comment here too, because I talked to Jeff Cameron here at the channel, and we talked about this specifically. In 2014 against Belgium, they completely outplayed us. There's no debating on that. And obviously, Tim Howard played a big role. Some saves were brilliant, some saves were all right. But we were always in that game. That's the way it felt, at least, right? It always felt like we were in that game. There was a chance, no matter how much better it was. Under Berhalter against the Dutch, which is very fresh in my memory, far more fresh than 2014, it never felt like we stood a chance while the game was playing out.
No.
Uh, it just never, and then it goes back to something we were talking about, Pete, how very often you see this with teams, and anyone that has watched soccer long enough, you very often see the team adopt the personality of the coach.
Yep. Yep.
And I think
We were talking about this on the phone this morning.
exactly, it feels like with the United States, um, our biggest issue is we adopt Berhalter's personality more than like tactics, more than anything else. The team doesn't feel like it like smells blood when you need to attack. It doesn't change the way like the
It also
aggression.
doesn't come out fighting. I mean, it's not that they don't. They do fight. Like there's a fight in the boys themselves. But the team doesn't have this never say die mentality that American teams used to have.
It doesn't seem like a team that it doesn't seem like a team that's hell to deal with. That's what I'm trying to say, essentially. Like against Germany, going back to that, because a lot of people try to twist things, especially on Twitter, mainstream media people. Losing the same thing I said against the Dutch, I'll say it again. Losing to Germany is not the problem. Losing to they're better than us, regardless of Berhalter. But the thing is, we need to become that team that no matter how much better the opponent is, it's scrappy for them. They have to really
Yes,
fight for it.
they're always going to be in for a really tough game.
Exactly.
The Netherlands sleepwalked to that win. They were sleepwalking the whole time. They didn't even like they just all right, you can have the ball and we get it. We'll just go do another counterattack. Oh shit, they came back and scored a goal. Fine. Here, there's your third one. Can we go now? It's
Yeah.
like and then even Van Gaal was like, now our tournament starts.
He
Now
said
we
that
face
literally.
serious teams.
Literally said that.
Literally said that. So
It goes back to that. That's what I want to start seeing. I don't want to see a German side that scores 3-1 on us and then they don't score more because they didn't care. They pulled back. They could have got more.
Berhalter loves that 3-1 scoreline when we face European teams. Germany, the Netherlands, and Switzerland have all beat us 3-1.
Was this one 3 or 2-1? I don't remember now.
It was 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's Switzerland. Switzerland's actually a team we should be playing toe to toe and beating, possibly fighting against them. But
Yes.
But again, when what I want to see from this team is that because when you become a team that can literally make it scrappy for any opponent, that's when you start to put yourself in a position to get lucky and succeed against a better opponent. You can't beat Brazil and Argentina if you're losing to them 3-0 every time. You have to make it scrappy, so they have to fight for a 1-0 win, and that's how you pull an upset, a draw, or a one goal. That's not what we do. And it's funny that Berhalter sets up our team to play against the Netherlands, against Germany, the same way he sets up to face freaking Panama.
Yep. Because he has a one size fits all approach. My 4-3-3 with my African dogs. Woof woof.
Forget the mugs. He loves.
People are correcting me in the chat. You guys might be right. It might be 2-1. Let me double check. The
Switzerland was 2-1. Yeah, still we lost. We scored a goal, allowed to lose. Someone's asking quick prediction for Mexico versus Germany. Cubo Maker, it's a tricky one because it's a friendly. Now Germany's far superior when compared to Mexico. If Germany plays the same way they played against us in the second half, I'll probably say like a 2-3-0 German win. Maybe Mexico, something similar to what we lost, like a 3-1, 2-1, maybe a 4-1 if Mexico's in a day off. But again, it's a friendly, so who knows? Who knows? They are playing their best players for the most part, though. Dominican Stud is saying, hello, Tack and Pete. I've been living in Japan since the 30th of July to teach English. Wow, that's awesome. I went to a J-League game. MLS can learn a lot from them. Greg Berhalter makes me feel unoptimistic for 2026. Copa America is the test. Yeah, Berhalter does make me unoptimistic. I keep trying to change my mind. But like if we had played the same way the second half against Germany, maybe it would have changed my mind if we pull a draw, a win, playing well. But it seems like every time I start to change my mind, I get punched in the face.
Yeah. And this is why it's such an uninspiring choice to bring Berhalter back. He's finally starting to change a few things, right? What were the biggest complaints we had about him in his first cycle? Too many MLS, shitty MLS lifers, number one. And number two, wouldn't play Geo Central. Those are our two main complaints, right? And substitutions and inability to adapt. Those are the other ones. The substitutions and inability to adapt still exists. At least now we don't get so many MLS lifers. And Geo's been Central now twice. So let's see.
Pete, I wanted to bring up this tweet here for you. And thank you, Dominican Stud. And hopefully you're enjoying Japan, man. I always wanted to visit Japan. We're going to go back to Super Chat in a second. Pete, I wanted to talk about this right here specifically. Japan most certainly has a better team than the U.S. men's national team right now, but the gap ain't big at all. It's very close. Do you agree with me on that one?
I would say the gap is not big in terms of player quality.
Okay, fair.
But in terms of actual play on the field, the gap's quite large.
Yes, I agree with that. That's sort of what I meant. I meant like we have the players to play at their level, like or close to them. I said the biggest gap is at youth development. Japan develops almost every single one of their players, while the United States does not. We developed a lot of our players, but again, if you go to the U.S. men's national team roster and you remove Musa, Dest, Balogun, A-Rob, Carter Vickers, Tillman, Johnny, then the gap with Japan actually becomes big among players.
Yes.
So it is fair to say we're behind Japan, even though some U.S. soccer fans don't seem to concede on that. I don't think it's very much debatable right now. There's too much facts and data backing this at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're naive. or they don't really know soccer if they can't see it.
Or arrogance.
Yeah, arrogance is probably a good word for it.
I think we have a lot to learn from Japan, and I know we can be better than Japan. I agree with that if that's the feeling that they have, but we're not right now. We simply are not. And even when you look at the World Cup, they lost in the round of 16 just like us, but Japan had a better World Cup than us in terms of who they faced, how they
Oh
played,
yeah,
how they
they
had a
beat
better World Cup.
Germany in a World Cup.
Yep, they also beat Spain,
Yeah, yes they did.
and they lost to Croatia, a team that knocked out Brazil.
Right, and they lost on
So,
penalties. Like they took Croatia all the way to penalties.
so again, and if they played Brazil, Japan would have had a shot. They wouldn't be the favorites. They would have had a shot the way they were playing.
Yeah.
Josh5679 saying Bellingham and Kane masterclass. Well, Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane are probably two of the very few English players I very much admire. Actual complete players, technical vision, very different from the old school English player. It's funny because me and Pete were actually talking on the phone about this the other day, um, about these English players, and I was saying Bellingham might be the greatest English player of all time eventually. That he might go down as that at some point.
Yeah.
Josh saying, I'm from England, but I've bet on Ghana 50-50 game. I don't know, Josh. I wouldn't bet on Ghana winning this one. I think best case scenario, Ghana pulls a draw. Dude, if Ghana beats us today, the Federation is going to start to have looking into Berhalter at this point. Seriously,
No. Berhalter could lose to Panama and not qualify for the Copa America. And Matt Crocker would be like, well, he's really good at Scrabble. He's a legacy Scrabble player. And that's really what I'm looking for the future of the program.
Yep. So Berhalter loses today, goes to the quarterfinals next month against Panama or whoever we face, gets like a scrappy win 1-0, ties away, makes it to the Copa America, and the whole narrative is he got the job done. He got it done, man. Just accept it. Because if we can beat Panama, we can go to distance. Frank Kessler saying the reporter said we're playing a double pivot. Frank, I would wait on it until we see it on the field. The reporter is probably speculating based on the names. We won't know until the game starts. That's the truth. S27 saying, how do you find the right balance versus the bigger teams between being defensive and not completely bunkering, but also being dangerous in possession? Well, you can play a mid block.
You can play a mid block, or you can also play a midfield that has, strong players in each position. So, for example, I think a well-balanced midfield would be Tyler Adams, very defensive, Weston McKennie, box to box, Gio Reyna, creative and attacking. Right? You can play a mid block. You can also play different ways in different phases of the game. And you talked earlier about smelling blood, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a team. Like you and I were watching a Chelsea Palmeiras game in the
Club World Cup final.
Club World Cup. And there was a moment where Palmeiras got, Chelsea started to look vulnerable. Palmeiras, they were defending hard for their lives. Then they got a goal, and it completely changed the game, and they changed their tactics. They stopped bunkering, and they started going.
And they almost won.
And they almost won, and they could sense that Chelsea were losing confidence, and so they sensed the game, right? The understanding the phase of play, understanding what's happening in the game, and then boom, they changed it up because they sensed in that moment that Chelsea were vulnerable, right? So that's a huge part of the game as well.
Well, I also think having a game plan of how to hit your opponent in transition is very important. It's sort of like when the defensive midfielder gets the ball, whoever it is, or the center backs, whoever gets the ball, where are you going to put this ball into space? Who are you looking for? Is it a long ball? Is it a through ball, a diagonal ball? Do you know where your center forward is going to be making those runs? Do you know where Gio Reyna will be positioned to connect the pass to him and hit them in transition quickly? It very often seems like we don't really have a plan in transition. That's why we're so slow in transition.
No, we always push it wide, or we hesitate and dawdle on the ball, and we lose crucial moments. Yeah, especially now when we have a guy who's very good at playing on the shoulder of the last man and making hard runs in behind, and we still don't find him with the ball.
Yeah, I think it's about being very compact, narrow down and compact to force your opposition to go to the sides. And when you regain possession, it's learning about soaking up pressure and how to hit in transition, which we looked better in transition. I said this in I think the 7 things. We looked dangerous in transition, but we didn't look deadly. Like we looked dangerous. Like we were finding space, but we were never deadly. It doesn't look like we were creating actual chances. We need to get better at that, and we have the players to do so. But defensively, the positioning has to be better. We have to get narrow. We have to get compact. It depends on the opponent who we're facing. It again, that's the coach's job to adjust accordingly.
We also have our fullbacks so high up the field because they're so important to Berhalter's game plan, and then we wonder why we're defensively vulnerable. You can still attack. Maybe you don't have both fullbacks in the attacking third at the same fucking time. Maybe you have a balance, right? You hold one back if the other one goes.
I mean, we're not asking to against these big teams to go full bunker ball. We are better than that these days. Not go full bunker ball. That's not what we're saying. But yes, there has to be a difference of how you approach Germany and how you approach Panama. No offense to Panama. It's just how it is. Right? We're not as good as France, Argentina, Brazil, that literally play the same way, even though actually Argentina adjusted quite a bit in the World Cup and in the Copa America. They know how to play without the ball and with the ball. It's more or less like France and Brazil that have their way of playing and kind of stick to it regardless. But even Argentina, they've adapted in different ways to different opponents. We've seen that with Scaloni.
Even France in 2018 won the World Cup playing mostly in transition, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why Brazil doesn't win anymore, because they don't adapt. They just play the same way. Just same way. Doesn't matter who we play. What's the score? It's the same way. Mac Ryan saying the biggest gap is tactics. I wouldn't say tactics specifically. I think you're mentioning coaching for Japan and the United States. Japan has a coach, and MLS Buzz put out a great tweet the other day showing that they hired a coach that won the league 3 times. He was actually a very good coach in the J League, knew his stuff. We hired a coach that had failed in Sweden and was pretty darn average in MLS. We didn't hire even if we were going for American managers, we didn't bring our best American manager. That's a valid
Our best
point.
American manager would be what's his name?
Matarazzo.
Sorry?
Matarazzo. Aaron Long for 2026 saying Eurosnob players disappointed last game. MLS is clear. No. Yes, the players, again, it's not just on Berhalter. The players disappointed for sure. But the biggest disappointment this team has is not the Euro players, it's the MLS coach. Jeff, again, sending kisses to you. It's to you, Pete. I think it's to you. He's saying, Tech, as I mentioned on the Germany chat, I think A-Rob missing hurts us, especially with his chemistry with Tim Ream. I mean, he is our best left back, so with or without chemistry with Tim Ream, we definitely miss him. But we'll see. It's a good test for Christopher Lund. We'll see how he performs today against an opponent that is not bad by any means. He's going to be facing a winger that plays in the Premier League. So, do you think Gio will play more than 45 minutes today, Pete? Nate's asking. No?
I don't think so. Because Berhalter said sort of the way prior to this camp, Berhalter said, we're going to give Gio limited minutes the way we did with Balogun last time. And then he took him off 45. That's what he did with Balogun last time, 45. Mm-hmm. So my guess is that's what they're going to do here.
I also think that's fair. I think it's fair. I can't really complain. You have to be kind of safe with the player.
Yeah, he's not ready to play 90. I don't have a problem with him just playing 45.
And then Zachary Johnson saying, do you think the United States needs to hit the weight room? No. I think our players are definitely strong enough. That's not the issue. We don't. What's the rage? Nothing. Thank you for the super chat. And lastly, Cubo Maker saying, see y'all at halftime and after the match. See you, Cubo Maker. After the match today is back to 11 Yanks, everyone. Okay, we're back to 11 Yanks for the post game. Halftime is here, of course, but post game, we go to 11 Yanks and hopefully to celebrate a victory and not to talk about how it was against Germany. Yeah, I really hope what are you mainly, I wouldn't say concerned. I don't think there's any concerns in a friendly match, but what are you mainly watching out for today?
Well, I want to see what Lund looks like against a good opponent, right? Because we still don't have the answer to who's A-Rob's backup. And for the record, I don't like Dest or Scally as his backup. I don't think either of them should play on the left. That's my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see who he looks like. I'm curious to see what Cardoso looks like. And I want to see building chemistry between Balogun and Gio. And I want to say Gio stay central and not push wide. I also want to see what Miles Robinson looks like. This might be the toughest opponent he's ever faced. I mean, Miles Robinson is an MLS CONCACAF merchant. So this might actually be the toughest team he's ever played against.
Yeah, we'll see if we're not we could also be very ball dominant against them, and then he just won't get exposed. Because If Ghana plays in transition, I think Miles should be fine. Usually, speed ain't a problem for him usually,
Right.
but we'll see because he is facing some players. Kudos can be a problem. Inaki Williams can be a problem. So we'll see. We'll see how Miles holds his own. But to me, it's the midfield. I want to see a couple things in this midfield. The positioning. See if we're actually going to play a double pivot. If Gio will be more central, if he's going to drift wide, and how Johnny plays too, because um, we don't have Tyler Adams for this year anymore. So we're going to be playing in the Nations League, a very important match next month to qualify to the Copa America in November. Uh, Johnny's a reliable option. Johnny's also very close to heading. I've been talking about this for a while, but the same team made another offer for him now, the same one that was rejected for the Libertadores. And it looks like Internacional might be willing to sell him this winter because they need money. It's more of like they need him to sell now because they lost in the Libertadores and he could be heading to Spain. Johnny needs to play well now because if he plays well, he'll get more opportunities. His leash won't be as long as some MLS lifers that Greg had before.
Yeah.
So he really needs to, or to a bare minimum today, since it's like the first game he's starting with these guys in a long time, to a bare minimum, look competent. Like, can't look frail, can't look weak, can't look like a poor player. To the bare minimum, look like he belongs. That'll give him more opportunities. What he can't do is drop a stinker. That's the only thing.
You're only allowed to drop stinkers if your name is Morris, Ferreira, or Roldan, or Areola, or Long,
anyone
or
else,
Yedlin, or Shaq Moore,
or Zardes for a while.
Zardes for a long time. Jackson Ewell
for a long time. Yeah, there's a few names. It has to be. Yeah,
there's like 8 or 9 guys that like doesn't matter what they.
I mean, there was a time it was also Will Trapp.
Yes, Will Trapp, Sebastian Leggett. Remember him?
Yeah.
Scuff's favorite player.
Yeah, Leggett was there because he was a good-looking dude. That's it, and he had Becky G. Now that he doesn't have Becky G, no need for him to be there anymore. We'll think about bringing Leggett back if he starts to date a Kardashian, because then it can bring some attention to U.S. soccer.
Yeah, Acosta, Terrence is saying. That was because he's the same position as Johnny, and he got endless. He got more than 50 caps.
Well, Acosta was allowed to suck like 30 games in a row until he finally played well in a Gold Cup.
Yeah,
finally played well in like the knockout rounds of a Gold Cup, and then all of a sudden that made him a locked-in backup 6 to Tyler Adams just because of those 3 games, forever until now.
Yeah.
Joshua 5679 saying Matt Turner is your best player. I don't really agree with that. Matt Turner, I think our best player is still Christian Pulisic. He's our best player. And Balogun probably with him. Jeff is also saying, when is Juve versus Milan, and who do y'all got? I believe it's Sunday, Juventus and Milan. I'm going to go with Milan. Juve have some issues going on also with like players gambling, and Milan is just a better team. So I'm going to go with Milan beating Juventus. What about you, Pete?
Yeah, same. Juve are in big trouble, and now they lost
Fagioli.
So I mean, that might actually be a good thing for them, to be honest, because he hasn't been that good this year.
Well, we don't know if he was being bad on purpose. He was betting on games. Maybe he was sucking on purpose.
This is true. Was he betting on his own games, though? Or
we don't know. We don't know. He's
suspended. Very sus.
Yeah, maybe he is good and he just wasn't playing well because he was worried about making money. Who knows? Allegedly. Actually, he's been punished, I think, already.
Yeah, I mean, he's been convicted, it looks like.
Yeah. So no more allegedly, I guess. Anthony's saying it doesn't matter how many times Greg messes up. As long as he wants the job, he's not going anywhere. Yes, I do agree with that. I don't think he's going.
Unfortunately.
Mac Ryan saying excited to watch Johnny for 60 to 70 minutes. Yeah, maybe he'll get more, guys. He might play the full 90 because it could be that Musa comes off and then Weston comes in. He could play more, but I think he'll get at least 60 minutes. Jonathan saying stadium didn't fill up, half full. I mean, it's a Tuesday night. It's also not Germany.
I'm sorry, it's the national team. Mexico fills up the Rose Bowl for their national team friendlies. So we have to stop using that as an excuse.
But why does
playing in Nashville too? Why you keep playing in Nashville? Nobody gives a shit. Connecticut brought 40,000. Maybe spread the love around, U.S. soccer.
Yeah, Nashville packs MLS games for some reason.
Sure, but they've also had so many national team games. Maybe there's a little bit of national team fatigue.
Especially when it's a friendly.
Yeah.
Zachary Johnson saying Aiden Morris is next up. He brought his game to another level this year. Guys, I watched a lot of Aiden Morris. I don't fully agree with that, Zachary. I don't think he's the next up. I think if it reaches a point where Johnny's not good enough and Tyler's injured, you go to Weston and Musa. I don't think Aiden Morris is better than any of those two defending, and he offers a lot less on the
Or
ball.
even
That's
De
just
La
me.
Torre.
Or even De La Torre.
No, he's
I
been
don't
good
know.
in MLS this year, but as we've learned, that means nothing.
Especially at the sixth position. How many times have we talked about the sixth position being the easiest one to play in MLS? They give the six
Yeah, because
so
you have
much
no
time and
pressure.
space. You don't have to defend as much. It's just like we've seen this. Like Busio was killing it in MLS,
Yeah.
killing it in MLS in that position, and in many other players we've talked about. Karl
Maloney, too.
Marx. Karl Marx, Pete, this one's a great one for you because you've answered this one so often. I'm going to go get some coffee, but this is all yours.
I mean, no. Like, guys, U.S. Soccer has decided that they're going to live or die with Greg Berhalter, right? The fact that they rehired him should tell you when nobody, almost nobody wanted him. The fact that they rehired him should tell you everything that you need to know about U.S. Soccer. He is their guy. They want him for 2026 and beyond. And they've made that very clear. So fuck you. You don't get to have an opinion. You do what U.S. Soccer says, like what they give you, and shut up and wave your pom-poms, cheerleaders. That's the message that we get from U.S. Soccer every day.
Yeah, Greg ain't leaving. I think for Greg to leave, something we don't want to happen would have to happen. We would have to not qualify to the Copa America, which would be a disaster for the program. I'll put it this way: for Greg to be fired, something that would hurt the program even more than Berhalter staying would have to happen. So it's a no-no.
I'm not even sure they would fire him if he failed to qualify for Copa America. I think it's likely, but the fact that we can't sit here and say for sure they'll fire him if he doesn't qualify for Copa America should tell us everything we need to know about U.S. soccer.
Mm-hmm. Jeff wants a Tack and Pete sandwich. Pete's toilet. That's weird, man. That's weird.
Jesus, it's getting weird.
Zachary Johnson saying, watch when he gets his second MLS this year. Oh, MLS Cup? I think Columbus will win.
I mean, but even if he does, that doesn't change anything, does it? I don't think that changes anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a team trophy. We'll see. We'll see. So let me put this up here. The game has started. Wow, it's actually very empty. It's not 50% full.
The whole top deck is almost empty.
Yeah, it's not 50% full. It's like 30% full. I wish it was 50% full. Like, no one showed up for this game. Holy crap. Oh,
wow.
Boy, Gio's already like drifting wide. Let's see. So Johnny Musa. We'll see how we look.
I'll see you. I'll be in and out, okay?
Sounds good. See you soon, Pete. Okay, so we started here. Let's see how the United States will behave itself. Ghana with the ball. If we don't beat Ghana, it'll be an ultimate embarrassment today. We have to beat Ghana. Okay, Ghana in possession here. I'm at second, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. JB Gaming saying, I went to the game against Germany on Saturday, my first ever cap. I want to thank you and Pete for getting me into the sport in the USMNT. Thank you for supporting the channel, JB, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. If we can help get a few more fans to US soccer and get people to be passionate and see how fun this sport is. Ooh, Balogun with the first shot on target, saved by the Ghanaian goalkeeper. Strong shot by Balogun. Good press from the U.S. men's national team. Reyna finds Pulisic. Pulisic loses the ball. He asks for a foul. And Balogun was able to get a shot there. Okay. That's a start. And then saying, yeah, if we can get more fans to be into the U.S. men's national team and U.S. soccer, that's what I want to do till 2026. After 2026, who knows? But until then, that's what we want to do. That's our goal. Get more and more fans involved with the sport. But back here to the game, Ghana in possession. Ghana is also missing Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. Tariq Lamptey is missing. I know he plays for Ghana. I think he got injured. Good player, Tariq Lamptey. Could have played for England. Well, could have been eligible for England. Okay, Ghana here in possession. Down the right flank. This is Yunus Musa trying to defend. Good tackle. Ghana still has it. And Chris Richards able to clear it to Christian Pulisic. Finds Gio Reyna a bit more central. Opens up to Musa, and the United States will have the ball. Johnny wins the 50-50. No, loses the 50-50. Ghana in possession once again. Minute 2 and 30 seconds here. Did Brazil forget how to score? Yeah, it looks like it. Brazil is tying Uruguay 0-0 at the moment. Brazil and Uruguay still 0-0. This is Ghana's A squad. Yes, it's Ghana's A squad. They're missing maybe one or two players from injury, which is normal. So is the US. We're always missing players here and there. But yes, this is more or less Ghana's best players. Gio Reyna tries to win the 50-50, loses another 50-50 to the United States. And Mexico's playing Germany right now also. It's still 0-0 Mexico and Germany. You guys got to keep me updated. Oh, Germany scored. Germany scored. Let's go. My fellow Germans. Germany just scored 1-0 Germany. 1-0 Germany. Hopefully Germany beats Mexico by a good margin, by a wide margin. We can get a win here today, but let's not jinx it. Let's get a win here. Germany gets a 1-0 lead. Goal scored by Rudiger. Rudiger scores for Germany. 1-0 Germany. Goal scored by Rudiger. And thank you, JB Gaming, for the chat, the super chat. Let's go back into the United States. Ghana with the ball. Goes out wide. Pulisic trying to press. Reyna also helping with the press. Reyna very high up the field on the defensive block. Defensive shape, sorry. Defensive shape. He's not a defensive block. Weah pressing high up the field. And then forces Ghana to go long. Wow, Ghana is actually being able to play out of the back. And Ghana with the ball goes wide. 4 minutes in. Yeah, Germany. It looks like Germany will pull an easy win against Mexico. I'm not watching the game because I can't get it on. I'm watching Brazil and Uruguay, and I'm watching United States and Ghana. You know, the games that no one scores. Still 0-0. Can I put the Germany versus? Yeah, I'll do it this. I can put it. I'll put it down below. And I'll keep it updated. Mexico. So it'll be down below. It's in the first half. I'll put the Mexico score down below and I'll keep updating it. You guys just have to remind me, but here it is. Click on it like this, edit, scroll, save. And there it is. Mexico 0, Germany 1. First half, it's below me. And I'll keep updating you guys whenever there's a goal. Mexico's down 1-0 already. Can I hear the SpaceX launch from Orlando? I can't hear it from here because I'm more towards West Orlando. So I can't hear from here, but sometimes I can see the launch if I remember. I'm a bit far from Cape Canaveral here in Orlando, which is where SpaceX does it. So I'm about like an hour and a half. It's not too close. Christopher Lund, good little turn, goes back all the way to Gio Reyna, super deep. Gio finds Pulisic, Musa, Gio. Good ball from Gio to Lund. Christopher Lund, see what he can do. Lund, oh goodness. Very limited. Seems like he didn't seemed very limited there from Christopher Lund. Christopher Lund, why don't you take the throw in instead of Gio Reyna? Your best player doesn't take the throw in. You take the throw in so he can settle the ball. Christian Pulisic tries to drive inside the box and gets completely bodied there. And free kick for Ghana. Oh, goodness. That wasn't good. Not good. Oh, my God. TNT. Greg Berhalter, highest winning percentage in USMNT head coach history. Of course, let's just ignore the context that he's the highest winning percentage of USMNT history, but he can't beat or even get a draw against a good team to save his life. Oh, boy. Trinity Clark saying, what's up, Tack? What's up, man? What did you lose? What did you miss? Nothing, really. Balogun hit a shot on target, but it wasn't really a dangerous shot. Besides that, not much has happened in the game. Johnny starting, Reyna starting. Gio is playing central. Overall, I like the position of the players. I don't have much to blame on Berhalter here. So far, only 7 minutes in. It's not that I have an issue in regards to Christopher Lund, but when he has the ball, it just looks very limited. Musa. Back to Christopher Lund. Very basic player. Pulisic, bad pass. and Ghana recovers the ball. Pulisic with a nice press. Johnny finds Christian Pulisic. Actually, Balogun had the ball. Pulisic back. Okay, go inside. Pulisic just got bodied by the Ghana player. He just got decked. Pulisic's very aggressive today. Really, really trying to prove something this match. I like it, even though it's just a friendly. Been very aggressive so far, though, but getting pushed around a bit too easily. Christian Pulisic. So Germany and Mexico still 1-0. The scores down below. Based off the stats, it looks like Germany is dominating Mexico. If anyone's watching the Mexico game, let me know in the chat and I'll read it. But it looks like based off the stats, so I'm being one of those guys that just looks at football right now because I'm not watching the game. Oh shoot! Uruguay just scored against Brazil. Brazil's losing to Uruguay right now. Who just scored? Was it Darwin Nunes? Yes, Darwin Nunes. Uruguay 1, Brazil 0. Brazil just came from a 1-1 draw with Venezuela. And now Brazil is actually losing to Uruguay 1-0 away. I can talk about the issues with Brazil that I have at least. Been watching all their games, obviously, under Fernando Diniz. There's a few problems with Brazil, but the worst one of them all is like the best player of the team is actually the current problem, believe it or not. I can address Brazil later in the stream. Okay, back to the United States. Again, we're defending almost like a 4-4-2 right now. Gio Reyna very high up the field, which is good. Ghana with the ball. Did Germany score again? I can check for you. Doesn't look like Germany scored again. No, Germany did not score. Did not score again. Still 1-0 Germany only. Still 1-0 Germany. But the United States still 0-0 here with Ghana. Who's that? Miles Robinson with the ball. Opens out wide to Serginho Dest. Dest goes inside, tries to find an option. Serginho Dest, way at Balogun with Dest. Good combination play. Balogun, cross in. Gio Reyna. 1-0 for the United States. Gio Reyna for the United States. We got the lead. You love to see it. Gio Reyna gives the United States the lead. Good combination play from Dest. Dest and Balogun combining down the middle, driving inside. Great little play. Dest finds Balogun again. Balogun gets across. It's deflected, and Gio Reyna off the rebound gives the United States the lead. Giovanni Reyna, it had to be. It had to be. This is what we needed, a Gio Reyna goal. He should have hugged Berhalter. Gio Reyna should have just hugged Berhalter, but he didn't. I wonder why. Would anyone here hug Berhalter? I wouldn't hug Berhalter, but maybe Gio should have. But Gio Reyna, this is what we want to see. Gio Reyna scoring for the United States, 1-0. Timer's off, Tack. What do you mean timer's off? I'm at minutes 11:30, 11:31, 11:32, 11:33, 11:34, 11:35. I'm a bit behind on the timer that you see on screen. I'm a bit behind, and it looks like Brazil is also down, and someone's injured for Brazil, and I can't tell who it is. Is it Gabriel Jesus? Gabriel Jesus seems to be injured for Brazil, or is it Neymar? I can't tell. Margaret is saying the U.S. needs to play these games away for a real test. Maybe. The only thing. Oh, I think Neymar might have an Achilles injury. Dude, I think Neymar might have torn his Achilles. Holy crap. Neymar might have torn his Achilles. This is terrible, man. If he torn his Achilles, this is not good. Dude, Neymar, if you watch the play that Neymar got injured, I think that's a torn Achilles. It was very weird, and he's out crying. Neymar's out for Brazil, and if it's a torn Achilles, he'll be out for like a year. He's not diving. Neymar's out. Neymar's out. Neymar's out. If that happened, well, at least he'll collect his money from Saudi Arabia. But Neymar might have torn his Achilles. Okay, here comes the United States. Back to the United States. Pulisic driving inside, finds a cross. That was a bad cross by Christian Pulisic. Christopher Lund. Lund, nice tackle by the Guyana player. Christopher Lund takes the throw in. Gio Reyna back to Lund. Pulisic, Gio Reyna finds Musa inside. Serginho Dest. Tim Weah, Dest. Ooh, Dest again. Oh, Dest. Oh, Dest. What is that, Destinho? Balogun. Oh, poor finish from Balogun. What is this Destinho that we're seeing today? It's Destinho today. Balogun really struggles scoring off these crosses, doesn't he? Really, really struggles. No, not tactical doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying I've seen enough Achilles injuries in that play from Neymar. I'm no doctor. I am no doctor, even though I've had 3 knee surgeries, so I know a thing or two about knee injuries. And I've seen a guy tear his Achilles right in front of me too. And I've seen multiple players do so. I saw when Miles Robinson did it, when Kobe Bryant did it, and many other players. Adriano, the Emperor. That Neymar injury looked like a torn Achilles, and the trainer took him out immediately. Neymar's torn Achilles, and if that happened, if it's confirmed, I don't know, man. The guy already doesn't want to play that much. This recovery is nasty. Neymar was crying, so that did not look good. Oh, Mexico scored. El Tri just scored, so I got to update it here. That's actually a big surprise. What is Germany doing, man? That's going to kill my agenda. Antuna just scored against Germany. No, no. Uriel Antuna scored against Germany. No freaking way. What is happening, man? What is happening? Antuna just scored against Germany. I'm done. I'm done. Jeff Carey saying BJ ball. Johnny in possession, trying to find options. There's no options. Give it to Giovanni Reyna. Out wide to Serginho Dest. Gio. Yunus Musa. Miles Robinson finds Gio Reyna central. Serginho Dest. Back to Chris Richards. All the way back. I like that Greg was starting Chris Richards again, despite Chris Richards. Despite Chris. Okay. Despite Chris Richards struggling last match, cleared by Johnny. Good tackle by Johnny right there to intercept it, and Matt Turner will get it. Matt Turner will get the ball. So far from the United States, I'd say everyone's playing well. I think Balogun can do a better job in terms of finishing there. He had two okay chances. I don't think the finishing was that good. But overall, here comes Johnny. Johnny finding Balogun. Balogun out wide to Tim Weah. Tim Weah. Tim Weah drives inside. Spins. Finds Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna. Nice little spin foul. No, Gio stays on his feet. Gio Reyna to Weah. Weah. That's a penalty kick. Penalty kick for the United States. Penalty kick for the United States. It looked like, was it Thomas Partey? No, not Thomas Partey. Who took down Tim Weah? And Christian Pulisic will take it. It looks like Christian Pulisic might take it. Yeah, that's a clear penalty, man. There's no debating there. There's absolutely no debating. What channel? Does anyone know where the Mexico game is on? The Mexico-Germany match. Does anyone know? If anyone knows, write it on the chat. I don't know. I'm not watching the Mexico match. I'm watching Brazil, and I'm just putting the score for Mexico down below. Someone let him know in the chat. Penalty kick for the United States. Christian Pulisic will take it. Christian Pulisic will hit it for the United States. Pulisic. Oh, right in the middle, but it's in. That's what it counts. He converts his penalty kick. United States 2, Ghana 0. Good performance so far from the U.S. men's national team. It's exactly what we wanted to see. Most players playing well. I hope Balogun gets a go. Gio Reyna playing well. Pulisic scores off a penalty kick here. United States 2, Ghana 0. So far, we're playing well. This is enjoyable soccer. This is enjoyable soccer. Now we got to hope that the United States doesn't collapse in the second half the same way we did against Germany. That's the only issue, but very good performance so far. Ghana with the ball. United States 2, Ghana 0. Very good performance. Ghana in possession. I'm a minute 20 right now. I'm 40 seconds behind the timer on screen. Johnny wins it. Oh, that's not a foul. It's not a foul. Is Gio getting subbed? Well, Gio Reyna will probably get subbed at halftime. Yes, he'll probably get subbed out at halftime. It's more likely that he will. Johnny wins it. Good performance by Johnny. Finds Gio Reyna. Reyna back to Weah. Weah. Bad pass by Weah. Bad. Johnny and Reyna have probably been the two best players so far. Johnny and Reyna have probably been the two best players so far. Okay, Musa trying to press there all the way back. And then Weah wins it. This could be number 3. Balogun, switch. Balogun, 3. Balogun, 3-0. Balogun, 3-0. Balogun scores. 3-0 for the U.S. men's national teams. We are balling right now, man. Easy peasy right here. Good press by Tim Weah. Great press. Steals the ball. Finds Balogun. Great spin from Balogun. And great finish. 3-0 for the United States. Beautifully done. The composure from Balogun. Look at that. Good press by Weah. Gets the assist. Balogun spins. A nice finish with his left foot. Beautiful from Balogun. So calm, easy, true center forward right there. This is what we needed. Balogun to score. What a beautiful finish from floating Balogun. Johnny's looking good so far. Johnny's looking great. The entire team is looking great, to be fair, the U.S. men's national team, right? The center backs have been okay. They haven't been tested as much, but overall, all the midfielders right there have been very good. All the midfielders have been very, very, very good. Here comes Ghana trying to hit behind Serginho Dest. Let's see how Dest does here on defense. Good defense by Serginho Dest. Ghana still attacking. Thomas Partey going out wide. Let's see how Christopher Lund behaves here. Good from Yunus Musa. Good tackle. Good from Yunus Musa. Great job from BJ Callahan. Great job from BJ Callahan today. Okay. 20, we're hitting minute 24 right now. Well, we just surpassed, I guess, some people. But overall, the United States, 3 goals in less than 25 minutes. Very dominant performance, playing very well today against Ghana. Which, again, I know many are going to say Ghana ain't the best opponent. But again, they're not bad. This is a team that was in the World Cup. They looked competent in the World Cup. They have some players playing in top leagues. So this is actually a big result. The question is, how do we perform in the second half? We played very well against Germany in the first half. We'll see how we do in the second half, because he will have to take out Gio Reyna in the second half. Gio Reyna, good switch. Good switch. Christopher Lund. Dude, Christopher Lund is actually very limited, very basic. That's probably the only negative so far is Lund. I don't think he's playing like crap. It's just that when you look at the player profile, his ability on the ball, he lacks it, right? He just lacks it. He doesn't look like the most reliable option right here. You're seeing a lot of players balling out, and Christopher Lund has looked very basic, not very good. Which means we still have to continue to search for the backup left back to A-Rob. Okay, Johnny. Great ball from Johnny. Great ball from Johnny to find Serginho Dest. Dest finds Balogun. Terrible shot by Balogun, but that was a tough one. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. Not a good cross from Serginho Dest, but good ball from Johnny going long to Serginho Dest. Johnny had a very good half. Dave Valensky saying, long time, no CTAC. How's it been? It's nice to see us come out and dominate like that. Unfortunately, the next half, triple G ball. Yeah, we'll see what Berhalter will do at halftime. But, I mean, I can only compliment this team in the first half so far. I said if we're going to try to be critical of something, it's just that Christopher Lund still continues to not convince me. Seems very limited on the ball. Doesn't seem to have that many technical resources when he has the ball. A lot of technical limitations. And as a backup left back to A-Rob, I don't think he's it yet. This is a game you want to see the players really stand out, as everyone is. And Lund has just looked meh. Nothing bad. Reyna tries to go long to Weah. Too strong from Gio Reyna. Barney 7187 just tuned in. Balanced midfield. Johnny and Lund impressed. So Barney, Lund hasn't really impressed me. He's looked very limited on the ball. Like I said, he hasn't been bad, but he's looked very limited. You've seen Johnny, I agree. You've seen Johnny put a nice ball to Dest, combine well, win 50-50 duels. Johnny's looked good, but Lund has looked very limited, in my opinion. Good ball from Johnny to Pulisic. And Lund had some opportunities to try to beat their man on one-on-one, but it just doesn't look that great. Balogun tried to nutmeg the opponent. Let's see. James is saying, who are these guys and what have they done to Greg Berhalter? Dude, I think some dogs outside are killing each other. Can you guys hear that? Someone's dog might have died. Yeah, there were 2 dogs barking very aggressively downstairs, and now there's only one. Yeah, one dog is gone, man. I think one dog might have died there. I don't think he's alive. Now there's only one barking. The alpha dog probably won. What have they done to Greg Ball? Guys, we played like this against Germany in the first half. It's just that Germany's better than Ghana. We played like this against Germany in the first half. We just completely collapsed in the second half. So let's see how we play in the second half. But yeah. Is Johnny looking bigger? Put on some muscle. He might have. I haven't noticed. I've been watching all his games for Internacional, so I haven't really noticed. But he might have gained some muscle, been a bit stronger. He was very skinny, but I think he was already like this in the last one. Cleared by Miles Robinson, bad clearance. And Johnny cleans up the mess. Turtle saying, "Am I crazy or is Dest better as a midfielder?" Well, it's not that you're crazy. It's just that Dest is really bad at defending. So anything that's just requires less defending and more attacking, um, you're gonna like Dest a bit more if it requires less defending. Frank Kastler is saying, "I said it on the stream after the Germany match. I want to see more Johnny Musa double pivot. Johnny's better defender, better passer than Weston." Uh, he's a better defender, better passer than Weston. I think they're very different players. I think Weston and Musa compete for that box-to-box midfielder position, which Johnny's not really a box-to-box midfielder. Johnny would be competing with Tyler Adams, and I got called crazy multiple times for saying that I think Johnny can compete with Tyler Adams for the starting job. I've been called crazy multiple times, but I still stand on that ground. I still think that Johnny can compete with Tyler Adams for the starting spot at the 6 or as the more defensive 8. In my opinion, I think he can compete with Tyler Adams for sure. Let me just see here. Ramiro's saying, clearly we're getting revenge for Claudio in 2006. Yeah, man, that group stage exit in 2006 and that 2-1 loss to Ghana still hurts. Getting that revenge. But going on, Gio Reyna scoring against Ghana. That's a good one. Let me just go back to see here if I didn't miss anyone else in the chat. Let's see. I don't think many people are putting too much tax. Going to have to change his fannies after John. Well, okay, hold on. Something's happening. I can't look at the chat because you guys are spoiling it to me. Let me see what Dest did because you guys are spoiling. So Serginho Dest with the steal. Dest drives forward, goes by 1, goes by 2, goes by 3, goes by 4. What is this? Serginho Dest just stole the ball, went by 4 players and got fouled. Dest is pure talent that you just can't defend. Yeah, today we shall refer him to Destinho. Tim Weah going on a 1-on-1. Nice dribble. Whips in a low cross, but no one was there, Balogun or Pulisic, to push the ball into the back of the net. And that'll be a throw-in for Ghana. Throw-in for Ghana. And that's actually a throw-in for the United States. That's a throw-in for the United States. Yeah, we're getting some Destinho today. Christian Pulisic finds Giovanni Reyna. Reyna out wide to Tim Weah. Weah is going to go on a 1-on-1 once again. Weah to Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna to Dest. See what Dest does here. Good cross. Oh, Balogun, you got to finish those. You got to score those. The Ghana goalkeeper is wearing a helmet just like Peter Cech. He's wearing the Peter Cech helmet. Balogun, you got to score those. He pulled a Jesus Ferreira there with a terrible header. You have to score those. Ghana. Stephen Agishi, think Johnny heads to Europe and what league? I think he heads to Europe no later than next summer, possibly this winter. And if I had to say the league, I would say based on the offers he has, so roughly the offers he has, the amount of teams that made an offer from Europe, let me just calculate real quick. So 4, 5, okay, 80% chance that he goes to La Liga. Okay, based on the offers he has, there's an 80% chance that it's La Liga for Johnny. So he would be going to Spain. And then the other 20% would be Italy, Serie A, but 80% chance of La Liga. Serginho Dest to Johnny, back to Dest. Miles Robinson. Chris Richards. Out wide to Christopher Lund. A little bit of a heavy touch there from Lund. Let's see what he can do on a 1-on-1 here. Lund, okay, good move now. First time I've seen Lund do something good. Good move by Christopher Lund there. Good move by Christopher Lund. SD is saying we are up. That is cool and all, but is it worth it if there aren't any baddies there? That is a good question. That is a good question. But you guys are the ones that search for baddies. I'm here for the game. I'm here just for the game. So if you guys see a baddie, enjoy it. That's just not what I'm searching for in this game. I'm here to watch Ghana, and who knows? Maybe there are some baddies there. You'll find out at some point. Remember, don't count the loss yet. Against Germany, you guys didn't really see a baddie until the second half. I mean, by baddie, like a bad performance too. Gio Reyna in possession for the United States. 33 minutes in. Yunus Musa back to Chris Richards. Out wide to Christopher Lund. Christopher Lund to Christian Pulisic. Pulisic. Oh, bad pass from Christian Pulisic. Bad pass. And then that'll be a throw in for the United States. Throw in for the United States. You know a baddie. Dest on, yeah, that's a baddie right there. Dest on defense, Berhalter on the bench. Those are baddies. Those are baddies right there. They're very bad. They're very bad. That's all. Okay, Ghana just tries to go long once again. Chris Richards able to clear it. Miles Robinson also able to clear it. Gio Reyna, nice touch from Gio. Nice to Gio is so good. So good. Giovanni Reyna. Ooh. Yo, Partey. My man, don't go injuring Gio Reyna. Violent tackle by Thomas Partey. Probably should have been a card. Dude, I would just give him a red card. Even though that guy probably should have allegedly been in jail. There's that too. There's that too. Dude, that was. It's just a friendly, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. The dude um, almost injured Gio Reyna right there. That was brutal. And everyone, I don't know how many likes we have on the stream. I totally forgot to check. But if you guys want to smash the like button, I would appreciate it so we can try to hit. Let me see. We only have 350 likes. So if you guys can get up to like 700, it does wonders for the channel. It's free and it helps the channel quite a bit. It's the best way to help the channel for free. Um, Here comes Lund with the ball. Back to Christian Pulisic. Finds Johnny. Johnny blocked. Bad ball from Johnny right there. That could have been dangerous. Matt Turner finds Johnny. Johnny out wide to Miles. Two bad moments there from Johnny, but Tim Weah was able to clean it up. Balogun back to Serginho Dest. Dest sends Balogun. We'll see if he can reach it. The gun. Okay, in transition. Okay, Balogun got there. Christian Pulisic. Oh my goodness, we could have scored that. Balogun and Pulisic have missed some very good chances. Christian Pulisic off a cross, pretty much on a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, a one-hitter. He hit it low, and the Ghana goalkeeper was able to save it. That could have been 4. We could have been up 4 or 5. We could have been up 4 or 5 here in the at halftime. Why am I behind? I mean, I'm watching it. I'm streaming it from TNT. I don't know why I'm behind. I'm streaming it from TNT. Lund clears it. Do I rate Rodrigo? Yeah, I think Rodrigo is a great player. Rodrigo from Real Madrid, the Brazilian player. He's a very good player. Great ball from Weah to find Balogun, and then Dest goes long. And Pulisic, oh boy. If we're a little bit more clinical, we would be up 4 or 5 at halftime. Okay. Pulisic, we're through. Pulisic, what are you doing, Christian? Hey, what is that? You can't do that. Hey, what is this? That's a jump ball. You can't sit on the ball like that. What is this guy doing? Like he laid a freaking egg. What does the ref even call that? Like, the dude just sat on the ball as if he was laying a freaking egg. Isn't that like a technical foul? It's like 2 touches, right? I think it's 2 touches. I'm pretty sure it's 2 touches. I haven't seen something like this in a long time. The dude just literally just sat on the ball in the box. So I think it's 2 touches for the U.S. men's national team here. Yeah, it's a free kick. It's a technical foul. So it's not a penalty kick. It's 2 touches in the box. We're going to have to pass to someone and get the shot. That's the call. It's the same call. It's the same call as if you pass it back to the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper picks it up with his hands. It's the exact same call. It's 2 touches. You have to pass it to someone and then you can shoot it. You can't score directly. It's an indirect free kick. So that's the call. That's the call. So we'll see what will happen here. Okay, we'll see here. Indirect free kick here for the U.S. men's national team. Balogun, Pulisic, Gio, go! Gio Reyna brace. Gio Reyna brace. Gio Reyna brace. Before halftime, Giovanni Reyna has a brace. What a player. Gio Reyna. You love to see it. Gio Reyna coming back from injury. 2 goals for the United States before halftime. We really needed this. I love the players that are scoring. Pulisic got a goal. Balogun got a goal. Gio Reyna got 2 goals. Dest is balling out. Tim Weah is balling out. Johnny has been playing well. Musa has been playing well. The defense has been fine. Lund has been growing into the games, been playing better. Matt Turner's just chilling, man. Matt Turner's just watching this game from a VIP seat. Matt Turner is just chilling. Carlos Padilla is saying, what would a starting 11 with Balogun and Pepe look like? I don't like that starting 11 very much. I don't think Balogun and Pepe would start together. I'm not a big fan of that lineup because of their styles of play. You have to be more like Pepe as a poacher center forward and Balogun as a second striker. But I don't like it too much. Probably be like a two-man, two guys up top, and Balogun would be more the roaming forward, a second striker, and Pepe more of the center forward. Ghana players think they're birds. What do you mean by that? Ghana players think they're birds. I don't know what you mean by that. BJ Callahan ball, man. BJ Cal. Oh, Matt Turner. What a freaking save. I just said Matt Turner was chilling, and that guy just. What was. Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? Dude, Matt Turner just has a thing for putting his hands right on the ball. He likes to put his hand on balls, man. You saw that save? Holy. Oh, Pulisic. Don't do that to him. That's someone's. Oh, then he got outpaced. Beautiful move there by Christian Pulisic. But oh my goodness, Matt Turner, what was that save? And then Christian Pulisic. This game is good. I like this game. Margaret is saying all of this impossible without our Lord Savior Greg Berhalter. Not Berhalter. This is BJ ball. This is BJ Callahan ball. Mexico 2-0 looks piss poor now. Yep. But again, Mexico is also tying Germany at halftime, just like us. Semper G7 is saying Gio Reyna, when 26-27, will be a superstar, in my opinion. If he doesn't deal with injuries, yes. If he can stay healthy and continue to develop, yes. Penny G, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Nothing was written. Tack, you need to upgrade your service. Guys, are you guys watching on cable or are you guys watching on the streaming service? Because what do I need to upgrade here, man? My internet is fast. I don't know why I'm back. I don't know if I can put this forward. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know, man. If you guys are watching on HBO Max, Cubo Maker, Cubo Maker. My girlfriend said Greg Berhalter looks like a Neanderthal without hair. What? Looks like a Neanderthal without hair. Okay, weird observation and odd. Yeah, so I don't know. You guys are watching. So some people are watching it on cable. So sure, if you're watching on cable, you're going to be ahead. But if you're streaming it, uh, there's no way you're ahead of me. If you're streaming it, it should be around the same time. First half is about to end. We're at minute 43 here already. Minute 43. Minute 43. Okay, Pulisic, Balogun. Oh, Balogun, beautifully done to Christian Pulisic. Pulisic, beautiful. Oh no, that didn't work. Bad ball from Pulisic. Bad ball from Pulisic. You see, having a center forward at Balogun's ability is just completely different. Completely different. Oh, everyone's saying the YouTube stream makes the reactions delayed. It might be that too. Maybe YouTube is a bit delayed too. Maybe it's YouTube's fault. Let's just blame it on YouTube, right? That's one thing. That's one thing that I like to do. If the stream is delayed, it might be my fault. And I have this saying that if the fault or the blame is mine, I will put it on whoever I want to. And I want to put it on YouTube right now. So we're going to all put it on YouTube. Okay? We're just going to go. Just go with it. We're going to go with YouTube. I'm blaming YouTube. Let's see. Marsho saying, Tack, have you ever had a caipirinha? Yes, I have had a caipirinha. I work with some Brazilians and they make them at barbecues. They do the job. Caipirinhas are good. Caipirinhas are strong. You put cachaça in it, but the flavor is good. It's a good alcoholic beverage. Tastes very good. Now, I'm not telling you to go drink alcohol. That's not very good for your health. But caipirinhas really do taste good. They do taste good. Thing is, I don't really drink much. I try to stay healthy and try to stay fit, so I don't really drink much. Even though I do eat like crap sometimes, I'll eat like pizza, but I don't really drink much. But I've had caipirinhas before multiple times, and they're very good. Jeff is saying, Tack, maybe you're slow. I'm not slow. I'm not slow. I'm very fast. I'm very fast. I actually have a funny story. Speaking of fast, do you guys want to hear a funny story? Hopefully so one of my business partners here from the soccer company I have in Orlando, and hopefully he's not watching this. He'll get pissed off, but listen to this story. I'm going to tell you guys a very funny story. So my business partner doesn't speak very good English. He's from Brazil. He speaks decent English, but vocabulary is limited. So this is a true story. He went to get blood work done. He needed to get blood work done. When he got to do the blood work, the doctor or the nurse, whoever was doing the blood work, asked him if he did fast, right? If he did fast, if he didn't eat. That's what they were asking him. If he didn't eat, if he fasted. And he doesn't know what fasting means. He thinks fast just means fast. So what he replied when the nurse asked him, he just kept saying like this. The nurse asked, so did you fast today? And he just kept replying, yes, I'm very fast. I'm very, very fast. Instead of just replying it, Pete, I'm telling you the story. I'm going to redo it for you so you can hear it. So my business partner doesn't speak much English, the one I have here for the company in Orlando. So when he went to do a blood exam, the doctor literally asked him, so did you fast today? To which he replied, yes, I'm very fast, very fast. And he's like, no, sir, I'm asking if you fasted today, if you're fasting. And he's like, yes, very fast. Play soccer with kids. I'm very fast, very fast. Just kept replying that to the doctor the whole time, which it's a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird story. But anyhow, first half, really good performance.
Whew, we asked for a dominant performance and we got it. Who knew? I'm gonna gloat a little bit. Who knew that Gio at the 10 in front of a double pivot could make us so good? Certainly not 90% of the fan base, that toxic fan base. The amount of times this fan base is proven right, despite the media wanting to call them toxic, makes me just LOL.
It's funny because it's something that was said. It was screamed upon for like 2 years before the World Cup in
Yeah,
2021, 2022. Kept being told about that, and Berhalter, and people will go on and say, but he was always injured. But even when he was healthy, Berhalter kept playing him on the right
yeah,
wing.
yeah, yeah.
But so Gio will come off at halftime. Let me ask you a couple things. Any other players that caught your attention? What do you think of Johnny? What did you think of
I
Lund?
thought
Those are
Johnny
two
looked
players.
good. I thought
Yeah.
Johnny looks very comfortable, does the dirty work. His passing is that's what's the upgrade for. I'm not saying Johnny Cardoso is better than Tyler Adams right now, but I will say he had some nice slip passes that I really enjoyed. And that ability to distribute is a really valuable thing from that sixth position as well. So I think Lund is making a strong case to be Anthony Robinson's backup. Like, what's weird though, and we can talk about this maybe kind of in the post game. This Ghana team doesn't look, I mean, I know on paper they've got some very good names. They don't they don't look very cohesive or they don't look very interested. And I can't quite tell which one it is.
Disinterested, maybe.
They look a little disinterested. Like we're kind of walking all over that. Did you see the 5 Ghanaian souls that Serginho Dest took?
Yeah, Dest is looking. The thing with Dest, that's Dest. Like, the talent is super talented,
Yeah.
such a talented player. If only he could be like a bang average defender, that would be good enough. Just bang average. That's all we're asking from Serginho Dest. But just to put this on screen, 4-0 for the United States. The ski's saying, I work out so I can drink. Oh, yeah, because I was saying I don't drink much. So I can stay shape. But Karl Marx is saying 4-0. I've seen enough. Greg Berhalter for Speaker of the House. I would prefer to have him as Speaker of the House than U.S. men's national team coach.
Yes. Yes.
Is also saying it definitely feels like a couple leashes were removed from the players. They seem to be playing free flowing. Yes, Gio Reyna seems to have a lot of freedom. Balogun has a lot of freedom too. Pulisic, and it's looking good.
Yeah, I will say on I said this on Twitter, but to the credit of Musa and Johnny, they're doing a lot of the dirty work that allows Gio that free roll. Like Musa and Johnny, they're doing a lot of the cleanup and the build-up work that sort of allows Gio to thrive in that role, and that's really good. That's really damn good to see.
Yeah, the thing is, the good thing about Johnny's performance today is obviously the opponent's not playing well. We're dominating, so we do have to see him against other competition. But it's a performance that's like, to a bare minimum, give him more shots, give him more minutes against different opponents.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He looks very good.
Zachary Johnson saying, why is Ghana so bad? I think it's a little bit of two things. I think our team is good, and we're playing our best players, and we're playing a good system. And
in their best positions.
In their best positions. I think it's a little bit of that. Let's not take the credit away from the U.S. men's national team. Gio Reyna's playing central. He's playing very well. Pulisic's playing well. Balogun's playing well. Weah's playing well. Dest playing well. Johnny, Musa. So I think it's a little bit of that. I don't think Ghana is as bad as they're playing. They're definitely better. There might be a little bit of lack of interest. They also kind of,
it's not a competitive game.
Yeah, they also kind of sucked against Mexico. But again, Mexico only beat them 2-0. We're up 4-0 at halftime.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you one thing.
Mexico didn't score their second goal till the 72nd minute.
Yeah, and another thing to add, Pete, is I know you didn't watch the game, but we played like this against Germany in the first half for the most part. The difference is Germany is much better than Ghana, but we played very well. We created chances against Germany. It's just that Germany also created chances because they're a much better team than Ghana and better than the United States in terms of the players. But when you play our best players in our best position, our team is good. And we kept saying this for a long time. I know some people started to question how good our players were because of Berhalter and his moronic decisions. But when he does the obvious, for whatever reason, if he's listening to BJ, if Betty Crocker right there is complaining at him, whatever's going on, our players are good. We kept saying this. Like this whole narrative that they try to push that Berhalter's being held back because our players aren't as good as we think. Guys, we have 4 players starting for top 3, top 4 teams in the Serie A. We have a center forward that dropped 21 goals in Liga last season and is on track to do that again. We have a center back starting in the Premier League. We have a center back that can play in the Premier League. We have the best center back in Scotland. We have a fullback that plays for the best team in the Eredivisie. Our team is not bad. That's the whole
Our
thing.
number 10 had the most goals to minutes ratio of anybody in Europe except for Mbappe, I think.
Yeah. The players are not holding Berhalter back. It's the other way around. As long as Berhalter starts playing them in their best position, letting them play, things will work out. That's the only thing. Let's see how the second half goes too. I don't want to jinx it like last
Let's see
game.
what happens when Gio comes off.
Yes, that's a big problem right there. Thomas DeVries is saying Lund leads the team in being the first one to celebrate goals with the score with a big smile, team mascot. Maybe that's why he'll
He
be.
took Roldan's role.
Yes.
He's the eyes and vibes guy now.
Alexander Mantuf is saying submit the Berhalter apology forms here. Apology for
No.
what?
For what? If anyone deserves an apology, it's those of us who told him what to do. And now that he's finally doing it, he looks good. This is my favorite narrative. When Berhalter does what the fans ask, finally, and it works, everyone's like, everyone needs to apologize to Berhalter. No. If anything, he should apologize for not doing this fucking sooner.
He needs to apologize for making us age 5 years in one just because we kept screaming into the microphone the same thing over and over again. People begging him like almost on their knees, just please do this. And then he starts doing it. It's like, I guess it's not really an apology. It's just like, it's almost like a thank you.
It's like, duh. Yeah.
Almost
finally.
Like, it's like an ironic thank you. It's like, thank you, Mother Liquor. Thank you.
Yeah. It's like fucking finally, bro.
Penny G, thank you for the super chat. You didn't write anything. I don't know if you have a regular chat. That way, put out a regular chat, and maybe I'll keep an eye on it because you didn't put anything. MJ2873 is saying that Matt Turner save. Oh my goodness, that save, man. And he was cold because he wasn't touching the ball all game long.
Well, also he saw it late. I think he was shielded from it. He saw it late, and he still managed to quickly throw his hand in the way.
James Boris is saying, you know who Lund reminds me of? Vitaly Mykolenko. Who's that?
No idea.
Is it a name that did I just fall for something? Defensively solid, not going much for
player.
So apparently he played for Everton. That's what he's saying. I don't know or remember that player specifically, so I can't comment.
I don't know him either.
Matt Ryan saying Paredes for left back is my vote. I don't know if he's a left back, dude.
Yeah, I think he's probably more a left back than a winger.
Steven Spada saying, without looking dumb, I'm still confused as to what a double pivot is. So I'll show you here on screen. And Pete, if you want to explain to him here, it's pretty simple. Right here.
Yeah, it basically just means Musa and Johnny are basically playing in a row, but it's a double pivot. So, in basketball, when you have the ball in your hands and you have to keep one foot planted, so one or the other, and then you can move the other foot. That's basically what it is. Usually what it means is one of them, or both, but in this case, probably just one, takes turns going forward to support the 10. That's why it's called a double pivot. They play in a row behind the 10, and they can sort of shuttle this way, right? But one stays, one goes. That's why it's called a double pivot, basically.
Okay. That should have been easy. Now you probably understand it. And then Jeff saying, I think all of you owe Greg an apology. Greg, you're not getting any kisses anymore.
We'll let you kiss him, Jeff. You can send him kisses.
Jeff, you should kiss Berhalter. He's saying, just joking, Greg sucks. Okay. Now you're back. We're back on the good side here. No, but look, let's just be fair about one thing here. If Greg keeps doing like this, it won't change our opinion of what he's done. But we're not going to criticize. Like literally, if the game goes on like this, you guys will see in the post game. We're going to go to 11 Yanks after. I'm not going to criticize Greg for anything. If anything, this right now for Greg, it's been a 10 out of 10 so far. So people will see this. If Greg keeps doing this,
he'll win people over if he keeps doing this.
Yeah, he can win us over if it goes like this and is getting results. But we'll see, because against Germany, we played well in the first half and we shut the bed in the second half. By the way,
see what the second. Real quick, who replaces Gio for you? For me, it's Luka.
Probably gonna go Luka.
Unless McKennie's in. I'm probably McKennie actually, but then you're back to MMA.
Sort of.
That's my only concern.
Or
maybe take off Musa and have McKennie and Luka.
Unless you push McKennie very high up the field, almost like a second striker, and tell
but
Johnny.
He's not really
and
a 10 either.
No. By the way, I don't know if you saw it because I was watching Brazil. It looks like Neymar tore his Achilles.
Oh shit, he's finished.
Yes, especially at his age and his lack of desire to still play. But you know what? It's pretty good that he signed that Saudi Arabia deal before he got injured.
Right. So Achilles probably means no Copa America for him, huh?
He's out. Yeah. I like the injury sucks, but that means that some other players will have to step up. Vinicius, Rodrigo, that might be good for them. At least they need to step up at some point. They need to stop playing for Neymar and start playing for Brazil because they've been playing for Neymar a bit too much. BJ is the United States' secret weapon. Not so secret anymore. We know about him. We've
We
seen him.
know about BJ.
Oh, Miller is at the stadium right now. So you're one of the few fans there because it's pretty
All
empty.
7 of you.
Yeah. James, thank you for the super chat. Jason, thank you for the super chat, Jason. Nothing written on it. Thank you, Jason. Jordan Ramirez is saying, gonna be honest, I only recently started watching soccer. Thanks for helping me getting into it. Jordan, thank you. And Pete, I talked about this during the stream because someone else also sent a super chat saying thank you to you also, to both of us, for getting them in and helping them understand as a new fan, right? And we said this multiple times. That's one of the things we want. We welcome any fan. No question is stupid. Obviously, you're going to ask a question, and some fans will think it is stupid because they've been watching the game for 20 years, 10 years. But to us, ask what a double pivot is. Ask whatever you want. Even ask what a fullback is if you don't understand. We want to explain as much as we can, and we welcome new fans. And old fans should do the same, by the way.
Yeah. Soccer dads, beware.
Yeah, soccer dads. The presidentship is saying, point of view, what happens when we use the right system? Yeah. Abubakar is saying, I don't know who's making the fixture schedule, but we should be playing against competitive teams. Ghana have been struggling for a long time. I don't blame the Federation for getting Ghana. They were in the World Cup 6 months ago. Yes, it's not the same Ghana as in the past, but I don't think Ghana's a bad opponent by any means. There might be some level of disinterest. If they played like they really meant to, look at the players they have.
Yeah.
It should be a tough opponent.
Kudus, Ayu.
Yeah, I don't blame the Federation for picking Ghana. I think it's a good opponent. It's not the Federation's fault if the opponent doesn't give a crap. Like Germany cared and they put a fight. Ryan H saying, how would Ghana do against Uzbekistan and Oman? They'll probably beat them. They're probably
They have better players.
Yeah.
Also, I wonder what this game would look like if it was a competitive game.
It would be closer for sure. I don't think Ghana would.
I don't think it would be like anything like this.
No, I still think we're better than Ghana, but
I think so too.
But we probably wouldn't be up 4-0 at halftime.
Do you remember when Italy had Francesco Totti, Filippo Inzaghi, and Alessandro Del Piero, and they were called the Terrible Trio in 2002 and earlier? I think that's Balogun, Pulisic, and Gio is our own terrible trio. If the 3 of them can stay healthy and develop real chemistry. And by the way, did you see Pulisic and Gio like high-fiving after Gio's first goal? And then as soon as they win the penalty, Reina picks it up and runs it over to Pulisic. Like there's clearly whatever, if they we don't know if they ever had an issue, but if they did, they've clearly gotten over it and they seem to be getting along just fine.
Yeah, it seems like they probably didn't have an issue, and I'm kind of happy. Gio didn't. Brazil just hit the post, but Gio, none of them hugged Berhalter.
Thank God.
Yeah. Zachary Johnson saying, is Neymar a disappointment to the Brazilian people? No, there's mixed feelings about of him underachieving in his career with the national team, but not a disappointment by any means. Just a bit more controversial, right? Like Ronaldinho is that type of player that everyone loves. Ronaldinho. Neymar is not quite that. Austin Westbrook is saying, is there anything to look out for in the U23 game? Personally, not really. Not really for this one. The U23 is going to play Japan later today.
I kind of want to keep track of it though.
No, I mean, I'll watch it. I just don't know what to look out for. And they'll actually stream this game. Aronson is in. Aronson.
I don't love that.
Matthew Dominguez. Who the heck is BJ Callahan? Tacked 6 months ago. Yeah. I mean, who knew McKennie's in also? And Pepe. Holy crap.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. I think because it's 4-0, we're just giving chances. You know what I would like to do? It doesn't matter too much, but give Horvath 45. Like, Matt Turner is getting games this year, right? He's starting. At least let's give Horvath some minutes.
Yeah, I think it's fair to make these subs too, because also Balogun scored. Get him out. Got his goal. Pulisic scored. Gio scored. But here's the thing. So Pepe for Balogun, Aronson for Pulisic, McKennie for Reina. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I'm trying to see.
Pete looked like the Fonz with that jacket. What's the Fonz?
Fonzarelli. Is it some TV show or something?
Jose Reyes saying, let good players just play. Don't micromanage. We're not world beaters, but this is the first half against Germany and against the worst team. Cheers. Exactly. I firmly believe we played at this level against Germany in the first half. And guess what? We were 1-1 with Germany at halftime. That's not a bad result.
No.
Jeff is saying a fullback lineup right behind the quarterback. I think he's talking about double pivot. Yeah, Johnny's still in. So Musa's playing the 10. Musa's high up the field.
Interesting.
You know what
Musa
I like
behind
about this?
Pepe.
I think let's see if it's not going to be a 4-3-3 Berhalter ball though. We got to wait and see.
Yeah, we gotta wait and see. Man, like imagine now if we can get Koleosho.
Would
Just
add
add
some
some depth.
good depth in our wing.
That'll be really nice depth for both sides because he can play left or right. So if he's a good backup to Weah and Pulisic.
Stephen Galley saying impressive Lund so far, confident on the ball. I wouldn't say I'm impressed with Lund. I thought
He's been
I believe,
fine.
yeah, he's been fine. The thing with Lund is some moments where I saw it, there are some technical limitations for Lund compared to many other players in this team. Been okay. Not a standout.
The claims from certain quarters that he was superior to Anthony Robinson are misguided, in my opinion.
Wait, people think he's better than Robinson?
Some people were saying that he's better than A-Rob.
No.
You know the account Inverted Fullbacks on Twitter has been preaching that one for a while.
No, I don't think he is. No.
Yeah.
No. Also saying if the United States played this free in the last game with Germany, what would have been the score? Look, actually, we can talk about this on the post game too, because then I can go into details at Pete's stream. This is what I believe. I think regardless of how we play, when we face Germany, Germany are the favorites. But we played like this in the first half, and the first half was 1-1, and we created chances, Germany created chances. So if we play like this against Germany, we would have had a shot.
Yeah.
But again, Germany is better. We could have also lost. Like Germany is better. That we've talked about this. Dan Gordon, can we please get one of these matches on the West Coast, Portland, Seattle, please? So, Dan, the issue is the players go to Europe. So there's a time zone travel issue to play in the West Coast when it's these international FIFA friendlies. That is the problem. Okay, so I do have some good news, though, that I can tell everyone. A friend of mine talked to a guy from U.S. Soccer today. So this is from U.S. Soccer. The U.S. men's national team will play 2 friendlies before the Copa America in the United States against 2 CONMEBOL nations before the Copa America in preparation. So that's good. More games, more competitive games. The only thing is they don't know the opponents because they don't want it to be teams in the same group. So they're going to wait for the draw. So that's actually confirmed.
That's good news.
Pete, Eden Hazard or Mo Salah in their prime? Who would you pick?
Ooh. Probably still Hazard.
I go with Eden Hazard too, especially after what I saw him do against Brazil in the World Cup.
Yeah, this is true.
And Thiago saying, glad you're better from yesterday, the diarrhea, Pete. He's better, Thiago. That's why he's back. Thank you, everyone. Let's go back to the game here. The second half started. So, yeah, McKennie, does it look more like a 4-3-3?
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah. Oh, Weah. Ooh. Are you behind?
Yeah. I'm on 144.37.
44. Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. 47.54. I was looking at the
Weah in transition almost scores for the United States. To me, it's Eden Hazard. You guys can let me know in the chat. Mo Salah or Hazard. To me, it's Eden Hazard. Julian Viva is saying, I can't watch the game because of work. Is Ghana bad or the United States too good? I heard Greg Berhalter got booed. Also, what do you guys think of Noah Buck to England? So I think Ghana is not that bad. We're also not that good, but we're good. And Ghana is also not playing up to their potential. It's a mix of both. I don't think we're good enough to beat Ghana 4-0 at halftime. That's what I'm saying. But we're better than Ghana. We're playing well. Berhalter got booed. I didn't see it. What do you think of Noah Buck to England? I think
he's never going to play for England.
Yeah, that's what I think too. That was my thought. For multiple reasons. I think it's a level thing, and there's also the whole thing of like putting an American to play for the English national team. He's American. It's going to be a bit complicated.
No, never. Even if he's starting in the Premier League, he'd have to be starting for a Champions League club in the Premier League in order to, and even then, No, it's not going to happen, guys. I've seen Noah Buck. He's a good, promising player, but England level, no. I don't think so, personally.
Yeah. So one thing I'm learning here with Greg Berhalter is every time we don't have Gio, unless we have Tillman, it looks like we might go on this 4-3-3 flat.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Let's see how this plays out. I'm going to pop on and off. I'll see you guys
yeah.
at the post time, if not,
I'll see you in
at
the
the
post
post game.
game. See you in the post game, Pete. 305 Riders saying West Coast, the U.S. men's national team needs to come to Miami. Yeah, I agree. I wanted to. If they played Miami, I'll drive down. I'll drive down to go to Miami. Joey's saying L.A. is out of the World Cup. What a mess. Well, that's because of the Cronkies. They didn't want. I guess it was like revenue share, and they didn't want to change the dimensions of the SoFi field. So the Cronkies just pretty much, I guess, pulled out, and SoFi Stadium will not be in the 2026 World Cup, and neither will LA as of now, unless they put the Rose Bowl. At the Rose Bowl, I don't know, man. Pepe finds inside. Weah to Johnny. Johnny can't say, oh, Johnny, that was terrible. That was his chance to get a first U.S. men's national team goal. Not good from Johnny. Good press by Ricardo Pepe there. Good press, and Pepe's able to steal it. Way is able to find Johnny wide open in the middle. Johnny essentially tried to do the same spin move that Balogun did. Johnny tried to do what Balogun did, but a very poor shot from Johnny Cardoso with the left foot. Not a good shot right there. Tiago saying, poor Ghana losing 4-0. I feel bad for them. I don't really feel bad for Ghana. I mean, my country's winning, so I'm happy. By the way, everyone, get those likes up. We are at 586 likes. Let's try to get it to 700 or something like that. And I don't know what I'll do. I'll do nothing. I can't do anything. Okay, here comes Ghana with the ball once again. I thought I lost connection for a second. Julian Viva is saying, I heard the final for 2026 will be played at MetLife. Do you think they want to play there because of the GOAT, Zach Wilson? Who's Zach Wilson? Who's the GOAT, Zach Wilson? No, I mean, MetLife is a tremendous stadium. I've been to MetLife before. 2 or 3 times I've been to MetLife. One was Brazil, Argentina. I've been to an Eminem show, concert there. Uh, MetLife is a tremendous stadium. I mean, people are going to say New Jersey, but again, New Jersey, New York. So for the United States, it's a big city. It's either going to be MetLife or going to be Dallas. I kind of like if it is at MetLife. That also, crossing from Ghana, goal kick for the United States. Remember, the 2016 Copa America final was in MetLife. The final was in MetLife that Argentina lost to Chile. That's where it was played. So I'll be fine with that. I'll be fine with that. They're saying Zach Wilson is the New York Jets quarterback. He sucks. Yeah, I don't watch much NFL besides like the Super Bowl, so I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't know. He's the MILF Slayer himself. He's the MILF Slayer. I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know who the guy is, so it's hard for me to tell. Or maybe I do know Zach Wilson. If I see a picture, maybe I'll know who he is. I know Tom Brady. I know Tom Brady. Uh, and there was also this guy from University of Buffalo that he played for the team when I was there, and then he got drafted to the NFL. What's the name of the guy? He went like to the Oakland Raiders that changed to Vegas. He was from University of Buffalo. What the heck is the name of the guy? Someone from football needs to help me. What's the name of this guy? He was from University of Buffalo. He went to the Raiders, and then Khalil Mack. That's the name of the mother liquor. Khalil Mack. That's the guy. He played for University of Buffalo when I was there. I just didn't really care much. And then this one time, I remember we were playing basketball at the alumni gym, and then we played with Khalil Mack. The guy was way too big. The guy was huge, scary huge. He played basketball with us. Khalil Mack. That's the name of the guy. Played basketball with Khalil Mack once, and I suck at basketball. To be fair, I don't think it was that great either. Better than me, but that doesn't say much. They're saying Logan is saying if they host at MetLife, they can do a pregame flyover with the military jets. Yeah, it's an open stadium. While in Dallas you can't. The Dallas stadium I believe is closed. Um, Mr. Mike Bravo saying, "What does the future look like for Johnny Cardoso?" I mean, he's going to go to Europe very soon. He's a very talented player. I'm glad he put out a good first half. That then he can get more minutes. Johnny, he's been playing very well for Internacional. Now he's playing as the lone six, so that's interesting. Johnny's playing as the lone six. So essentially, what Johnny is playing right now is the Tyler Adams position. Haaland or Kylian Mbappe? Mbappe. I go with Mbappe instead of Haaland. And I don't know if many people agree with me, but I would pick Kylian Mbappe over Erling Haaland. So Dallas is retractable. I didn't really know that. So if Dallas is retractable, it doesn't really matter if we pick Dallas or MetLife. I would prefer MetLife. I mean, I grew up in New York, so for me, there's that, and I would want to go to New York during the World Cup. Uh, to me, I don't have a dog in this fight. I think wherever um, I think whatever stadium we play, right? Wherever stadium we play in the final, the United States will put a tremendous party. It'll be tremendous. Thiago Martins saying Brazil lost is going trendy on X. Give me memes. Yeah, Brazil's losing 2-0 to Uruguay. Cosmo saying, how does Tack analyze the game if he just reads question, doesn't pay attention to the game? So I'm paying attention to the game. I have the game here right in front of me. I read the chat and watch the game. But the analysis here obviously won't be perfect. It's more of like a reaction stream and then the post game and what I'm thinking about. But usually before I do the 7 things we learned, I try to rewatch most of the game. I usually try to rewatch at least 60 minutes. I skip some parts, but I try to rewatch the game without having the chat for the 7 things we learned. That's why you all probably noticed that on the 7 things we learned, my takes are a bit more rational in the 7 things we learned because I have time to rewatch the game a little bit, understand what happened, analyze and think instead of like the post game reaction, which is a reaction. But the 7 things we learned is where you get a better analysis of the game. I'm pretty sure you guys noticed that by now. USA and Japan U23, they're not playing yet. The United States is not playing against Japan's U23 yet. I think the game is at 10:30. We're not playing Japan yet. Derek Ferreira saying Khalil Mack. Yeah, Khalil Mack, he went there. The dude was huge and apparently a very good player because he got drafted into the NFL as one of the top picks. He was very good. Very good. Ghana with the ball right now. So once Gio Reyna was subbed out, the United States completely shifted to a 4-3-3. We're back to a regular 4-3-3 MMA midfield. Definitely the creativity went down. It's Johnny Musa, Johnny at the 6, Musa and McKinney at the double pivot, not the double pivot, as a dual 8s. And here comes Ghana with a shot, and then that'll be out of bounds. Tack, you're fast. I'm fast. I'm fast. I'm very fast. Very, very fast. Have I seen the gay frogs? No, I haven't. I haven't seen that. I still don't understand the gay frogs thing. And the game Skizno is saying you're passionate, emotional during reaction stack. That's why we love you. Yeah, I mean, like here it's about being passionate, react to it. It's not about being actually analytical about anything. Right here, I'm here to be a fan right now. After the game, I'll rewatch most of the match and do the 7 things we learned with better takes. Right here, it's about enjoying the game together. At least the first half, because the second half has been ass so far. It's been ass. The second half has been ass. That's the best way, but not good ass, like badass. Like, well, badass is good, right? That doesn't make sense. Why does badass mean good? That doesn't add up to me. Oh, Macwell, how you doing, Brazil? Yeah, Brazil's struggling now. We're losing to Uruguay 2-0, and we lost Neymar with a probable Achilles injury with Neymar. Probable Achilles injury for Neymar. Julian Viva is saying, do you think Mexicans will bag with a 2-2? Oh, they have a 2-2. Mexico's 2-2 right now. That's a good one for Mexico. It's a good result for Mexico, tying 2-2 with Germany. I didn't think they can pull it off. I didn't think they could pull it off. Ghana with the ball. Yeah. Again, there's a massive drop off in the second half. It's not. It's a little bit of the system because then there's no creativity, but it's also more personnel. It's just the players. The drop off in the second half is not that. They're saying ACL for Neymar. Was it ACL? Uh, let me see. Seriously, what type of weirdo doesn't love tactical man? Oh, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You should go on Twitter for a little bit. People hate it. People like I feel like as a society, we've lost a lot of like sense of humor. We're all Dest, almost a Desco. Got in the box. I feel like it just like in society in general, we lost the ability to laugh. We're all a little bit too serious about everything. We're angry. Everyone's angry at each other. Everyone's yelling. Sense of humor died. So half of the jokes I put on Twitter, people just get angry, and it's ridiculous at this point. Um, it's just like everyone is. I think ever since COVID and everyone got locked in, and they got just locked in also on their phones. Us humans, we kind of lost the ability to socialize, and people just go on rants on everything. Also, keep in mind one thing: Twitter is an interesting platform, very interesting platform. Because what happens? There's a lot of weirdos that you would never see in your life. That they literally never leave their house, they never leave their parents' basement. They just don't go out. You would never see. You would never interact with these people. They would just stay home, do their thing on the couch and just watch TV shows, play video games. You never interact with them. But with Twitter, they don't have to leave the house to interact with you. Okay, Weah right here got pushed and that it's a goal kick for Ghana. So now they don't have to leave the house. And then you interact with some really weird people on Twitter. Some very weird people on Twitter. Socially awkward people. It's just, Weah. A little bit of a Ronaldinho move right there from Tim Weah, and then he just got bodied. I think his legs were tired. So I think when I think people just hate it, it's mostly those people. And then it comes on to this here. Riri saying Reddit hates tech. Nothing against people that use Reddit, but Reddit has some weird people. Weird people. I have friends that use Reddit, and they're not weird, but Reddit, I don't know, man. I never got into Reddit. But I've been to Reddit before because some people said, "Dude, you got to go check out the comments. They hate you on Reddit." I was like, "They hate me? I got to read this because this is brilliant. I love reading when people hate me. It's very fun." And then I went on Reddit and it was just like hilarious. People really hate me on Reddit. I'm like one of the most hated, probably the most hated man on US Soccer Reddit. The most hated man. Not joking. If you don't believe me, go check out Reddit. It's really weird stuff. Uh, Logan is saying, is it bad if I hold a specific resentment towards Ghana because of 2006 and 2010 World Cup results? And I enjoy seeing, no, it's not bad. I mean, they beat us in 06 2-1. They beat us in 2010 2-1. Sorry, 2-1, 2-1. And then we beat them 2-1 in 2014. And guess who scored that game? John Brooks. Great header. Thiago Martinez saying Neymar and injuries are the same. Check on. Yeah, Neymar gets injured a lot. A lot. Too many basement merchants on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that people. Um, I'm not saying that the people are literally in their parents' basement on Twitter. I'm just saying it's usually those people that are very awkward and you probably wouldn't really interact with them in real life, but then Twitter gave them a voice, which is totally fine. But then what happens is like Crazy Town goes loose, and once Crazy Town goes loose, you see what's happening with the world. Crazy Town goes loose, it's over. Like today, literally, I'm arguing. So today, I'm literally arguing with this guy on Twitter. This guy, he's talking about how the US is better than Japan right now in soccer, which is just factually not true based off results itself. We're not better than Japan right now. But I'm arguing with this guy that he literally is like a middle-aged man that posts his videos online juggling a soccer ball on tiny shorts. Like tiny shorts. We're not in the 70s anymore. Put on normal shorts. Like no one like don't do it, man. You're like 45 or 50, whatever, or at least you look like you're 45. Just like posting these videos, doing soccer tricks in tiny shorts. And then it just some people drive me nuts. And Johnny's out. Johnny's out, being replaced by Leonard Maloney. Maloney, U.S. men's national team debut for Leonard Maloney. We'll see a little bit of Leonard Maloney today that plays for Heidenheim in the Bundesliga. Heidenheim in the Bundesliga. Real Madrid 14. Darwin Nunes is bodying Brazil right now. Well, it's been a thing lately. Brazil being bodied has been a thing. Thiago Martins saying every time you call X Twitter, Elon cries a river. Well, I mean, still Twitter. Still Twitter. The game is saying Reddit is designed as a giant circle jerk. Yeah, I've never really been much on Reddit besides when people sent me the link to go read what they were saying about me, which was freaking hilarious. But I guess that's what it is on Reddit. I don't use Reddit very much. So I don't know how it works. I don't want to get into it. I got other stuff to do in my life. Kevin's saying I've never seen haters giving Tack crap. Well, here on YouTube it's fine. On YouTube, all I will get is comments disagreeing with me, which is totally fine. I'm not right about everything, and many of you know more than myself. So comments disagreeing with me are fine. I don't care about those. But no, on Twitter or X, whatever, it can get bad. And I guess Reddit is even worse. Okay, Ghana, like a very underwhelming second half from the United States, which is a bit expected due to personnel change. We look like a different team without Gio. Also, Christian Pulisic was off. Balogun was off. Change in formation. We don't look bad in the second half, just bang average, right? Bang average. Dave Valensky saying Reddit has a lot of incels. They may criticize you, but at least you got laid more than once. Okay. Yeah. Definitely got laid more than once. I don't know about maybe Reddit hasn't. Yeah, I can't speak on behalf of the Reddit people. I don't know what they do on their free time. I don't know what they do on their free time. Hopefully they're having fun, enjoying life, having a good time, and not just being on Reddit all day. That's definitely not the way to go. If you are on Reddit all day, it's okay. It's okay as long as you're happy. As long as you're happy. Let's see. But yeah, the thing is, what I was saying before. I think the world lost a lot of its sense of humor in general. Everyone's afraid of getting canceled. People don't get sense of humor and they get angry about anything. That's what's been happening with the world lately. People have gone crazy. I understand people are saying it's not worse, but no, it definitely got worse after 2020. Things have definitely got worse in that sense after 2020. Logan is saying, do we think Greg Berhalter wants to try out a different formation, or does he not trust the B roster to run the formation we had in the first half? I think it's about the attributes or the characteristics of the players that he has, right? None of the players on the bench have the player profile that Gio Reyna has. The closest thing we might have to Gio Reyna would be a Malik Tillman. He could play the 10. He could play that role that Gio Reyna played. But Malik Tillman is not with the roster because he's injured. He's with PSV right now. So I think it's not that he doesn't trust them to play that. It's just that, like, think about the players we have there. Yunus Musa, could he play the 10? No. Could McKennie play the 10? No. Could Maloney play the 10? No. Could Johnny play the 10? No. So I think it's just that Berhalter figured that these players don't play that position. So he went back to that formation. Maybe if Malik Tillman was available, we would have kept the same formation as the first half. Hey, Pete.
Snooze fest second half, huh?
Yes, very boring. I think it's a mix of the formation, a mix of also the personnel, the players that came
Yeah,
on.
we took off our three best players.
Yeah.
But come on, like here's the thing. You want to push for a starting spot or more regular minutes, this is where you have to show up if you're Brendan Aronson, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what has Brendan Aronson done in these 19 minutes so far? Nothing.
Nothing. So far, nothing. But everyone should be pushing right now to show off. But yeah, the game kind of balanced now. Ghana didn't do jack crap. We didn't do jack crap. Just kind of became nothing.
Yeah, second time in a row.
Minute 69. Nice. We hit minute 69. We missed it against Germany. Can you believe it?
Did you?
Because we were pissed. We were pissed. I didn't forget. No. Jesus, I didn't forget. Jesus Campos. I just said nice. I didn't forget. Just remember, I'm delayed. So when I hit 69, I hit 69 after you guys hit 69. You guys 69 first. I 69 second.
It's all kinds of wrong. Jeff Carey's loving it, probably.
I'm surprised he didn't think of that super chat before I
I
said
know. You're slacking there, Jeff.
it. Tiago Martin saying, are you guys excited about Apple Plus show about Messi in the United States? Oh, Messi in the United States? Not
I
really.
heard it was
I don't
not
care.
good.
Yeah, I don't care.
I
I
don't
don't really
care
care.
also.
And then lastly, SWBC saying, when was the last time Aronson scored or assisted for the U.S. men's national team? He has regressed. Hustle Merchant would prefer. Well, he scored against Oman on that weird free kick that the wall just opened. Remember?
That's right. Yeah.
So he scored against Oman. If you count that, that was the last time he scored. But yeah, he hasn't really played well by any means for a long time for club and
Here's the
country.
thing. If we get Koleosho, I think he takes Aronson's place in the squad.
Or Paredes.
I'd rather have Paredes.
No, but I'm just saying for Berhalter, I think he would take out Paredes.
For Berhalter, yes, I agree. But I would rather have Paredes than Aronson, personally.
Yeah, I don't think Aronson. Whoa.
Aronson and Lund just both missed sitters. Well, especially Lund.
Yeah, Lund also. The thing is, Lund doesn't look like he's an upgrade from like a Sam Vines. That's the thing. That's my point.
Not really, no.
It looks like about the same as Sam
I
Vines.
mean, he plays in Palermo, like Serie B. It's MLS level.
Oh, Aronson and Lund.
Yeah.
So you're ahead of me now.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know how.
Yeah, that changed. That's weird.
Now we're taking off Richards for CCV. Okay. I mean, I'd rather take off Miles, but like Richards needs game time of everybody.
Yeah, this second half, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If I didn't have a stream, I would probably be watching it on the couch. I'll probably be asleep.
Yeah, same.
Not
pretty
not
dull.
the greatest. Yeah, I don't know why he's resting Chris Richards.
Yeah, Richards doesn't play. If anything, rest Miles. Miles has MLS playoffs coming up. It's weird.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Gives Chris Carter Vickers reminds me of like rugby players.
Yeah. He looks like that guy that's in a Ridley Scott film. No, not Ridley Scott. Who's that guy who directed The Gentleman? The British director who does a lot of like
I don't know. I don't even know what that movie is.
You've never seen The Gentleman? Oh, watch it. It's really good. Who directs The Gentleman? Do you know, Christine?
The Gentleman.
It's that British director who does all those. Guy Ritchie. Thank you. Cameron Carter Vickers looks like he could be an interesting character in a Guy Ritchie film.
Okay.
Like British gangster. Not gangster, but like thug.
There was this there were like these two soccer players from Brazil that when me and my dad what do you call, so when you're on set, there's like the actors and you know the people that just walk around on the background. What do you call those?
Extras or background actors.
Just background actors, right?
Yeah.
There was this soccer player from Vasco in Brazil that me and my dad, like the tattoos and the way he was, like he looks like a background actor of like a prison movie, just like everyone's standing there, just like standing in the back. And then there's also this player from Palmeiras that people can check out, Zé Rafael from Palmeiras. We always talk about, he looks like a freaking background actor of like a Jesus Christ movie. He's just like next to the apostles or something, just like there. He looks like one of the apostles. Like,
one of the apostles.
Yeah, he's one of them. He's just one of them.
So Luca's coming on for Musa.
Maloney's injured.
What?
That's what the chat was saying.
No. Musa's coming on for Della Torre's coming on for Musa. I don't know about Maloney, but Maloney looks fine to me.
Jeff said he's offended, and Tiago saying Messi meets America. Who asked for this? I don't know. The thing is, the idea of Messi meets America is not a bad idea of a documentary. Just people were saying that it was poorly done.
Well, yeah, I haven't seen it, but people were saying it's basically just clips from his games and then post-game interviews. Like, there's not really any actual interesting footage. They're just trying to milk this cash cow. It's like Don Garber is on his knees with his milk bucket, just like squirt, squirt.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Let me see one thing here. CONCACAF Nations League 2024, just to see who we're going to face. So Panama's defeating Guatemala 2-0,
Yeah, so we'll
uh,
face Panama.
which is, Trinidad is losing to Curacao.
That actually doesn't surprise me that much. Remember how shit Trinidad are?
So we're going to face Honduras. No, actually, Trinidad. We're going to face Trinidad.
Oh, let's call up Jesus then.
Yes, we're going to face Trinidad.
Get
I'm
the
okay. Bring his.
Pirata de la Caribbean, or whatever, however you say it.
The pirate of the Pirata do Caribe.
Do Caribbean.
Or Caribe. Caribe is how you say it in Portuguese.
In Portuguese.
Piratas do
El
Caribe.
Pirata.
El Pirata will be called. Yeah, if we play Trinidad, I'm all for it. Call Jesus. We got this. It's over. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to play because so Mexico's ranked number 1. So Mexico will be facing the worst team of the group stage there of qualifying. We're going to face the second worst team, which is Trinidad. So we're going to be playing Trinidad. And then I think Canada will be facing Panama. Sorry, Canada will be facing Jamaica. And then, dude,
that's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting.
Imagine Canada
could beat Canada. The shape Canada are in right now, Jamaica, most honesty, I think they would beat Jamaica, but on their day, Jamaica can definitely beat Canada.
For sure. And
that would be hilarious.
Canada doesn't make it to the Copa America.
Man, those Canadians.
Think about Canada for a second, Pete. Ever since they qualified to the World Cup, it's been all downhill.
Well, it's ever since they put CONCACAF champions on their fucking Twitter bio, that ever since then it's been downhill, because after that they didn't get jerseys for the World Cup. They were the joint worst team in the World Cup with Qatar. They lost their coach. They lost the Nations League final. They couldn't hang on to Koleosho. They're going bankrupt, and they just got smacked by Japan.
Yeah, and they didn't qualify to the U20 World Cup, also to the Olympics. Yeah. Trying to think all the things. They almost went bankrupt. There's that too.
They might still be going bankrupt for all we know.
If they miss the Copa America,
they miss Copa America. Oh man, the players are going to be out there begging in the streets of Hamilton.
Dude, they need the Copa America money to pay rent.
Yeah. They're going to start asking Alphonso Davies for donations.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Fonzie,
Fonzie, can you give us some of your salary?
Yeah, it's like you're making like 10 million a year. Can you donate like 2 to the program here to help?
Yeah.
And, we can at least pay for everyone's flights.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, we're going to have
these guys are taking Uber pools to the stadium.
Yeah, Uber pools to the stadium, and we're going to have you flying Frontier. And you can only
flying Frontier to the airport, and you stay in a Super 8, and then you get Uber pools from the Super 8 to the stadium.
And if you guys want to bring a carry-on baggage, you're going to have to pay for it, not us.
Yeah, they have to pay for their own carry-on or their extra bag, their check-in bag. They have to pay the $35.
They'll have him go on Twitch for a 72-hour marathon stream to raise funds for the Canadian men's team. Brazilian Fury, thank you. Again, Uruguay beat Brazil 2-0. Yep, Brazil just lost to Uruguay, and Neymar is out. Like, Neymar's injury is either the Achilles or knee. Regardless, it's bad. He's either out with an Achilles or out with an ACL. Let me see if actually in Brazil they've reported on it. Maybe they have what Neymar has, which is not good regardless. Let's see. Yeah, they're just saying that they're saying it might be knee. So they're saying Neymar might be knee. I don't know. To me, I'm no doctor.
Knee is different than an Achilles.
Well, if it's ACL, it's not as bad, but it's pretty freaking bad at his age with his commitment. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. What is he, 29?
He's 31.
Oh, yeah.
And he, he doesn't care as much. So Thiago Martins saying, when are we going to have a Brazil versus USMNT match? Probably next summer, either in the Copa America or a friendly before the Copa America. Jeff is saying, Pete and Tack, I live in my parents' basement and I'm 55. Kind of dirty old man.
Jeff, you're going to become notorious on these YouTubes.
Jeff, everyone
we'll just call him dirty old Jeff, DOJ.
Yeah, Jeff, can we start calling you Dirty Jeff?
Dirty Jeff. I like
Dirty Jeff.
Spicy Jeff better than Dirty Jeff. Dirty Jeff creeps me out.
Dirty Jeff. All right, Jeff. That's enough super chats for today, Jeff.
It's bedtime. Go to bed.
It's like, Jeff,
Go
that's
to sleep.
enough. That's enough.
Get your parents to read you a bedtime story, Jeff.
Man, this second half has been complete crap.
Dude, it's a disaster. Like the subs have been terrible. Especially Aronson and Pepe. Pepe's not been good. To be fair, Pepe hasn't got the service either. That's, but Aronson has been poor. McKennie started off really brightly. He had a really good opening 5 minutes, and then ever since then he's faded.
Yeah, it's been pure on melatonin ball. I don't really blame Greg for this one. It's really the players mostly on this one.
No, I don't blame Greg for pulling off the 3 best players when they have games this weekend. They did their job. They got us up 4-0. This is on the players who are on the field. They're getting a chance now to prove they have what it takes to still be contributors. And right now, Aronson especially has not taken it. He just fell over again.
Aronson just always on the floor.
Jesus. All right, I'll see you guys at the post game.
See you in the post game soon. 10 more minutes of this. Everyone, let's try not to sleep. Get some. Actually, don't get coffee. It's like 10 p.m. in the East Coast, 7 p.m. on the West Coast. Don't get coffee. But only if you really need to stay awake. But we're gonna try not to fall asleep here in the second half. Logan is saying one word to describe Aronson's playing style. Magikarp. One word, Magikarp. If you're a Pokemon fan, you know what I'm saying. It's just magic. He's just like flopping around on the floor. It's always on the floor. It's Magikarp to me. That's one word. John is saying, bearing injuries to A-Rob and Scally, Dest should always play on the right for us. His connection with Way is superb. Yeah, well, I mean, Dest is a right back. He is a right back. So I would keep him there whenever possible. I would keep Dest there whenever possible, for sure. Let's see. Jonathan Hernandez is saying, I think it's clear to say there's no competition between the starters and the subs. Well, I think for the U.S. men's national team, yes, we have clear starters for most positions. To me, Balogun's the clear center forward. Pulisic's the clear left winger. Weah is the clear right winger. Gio Reyna is the clear central attacking midfielder. And then the double pivot midfield right there can be some debates with Musa, Weston, Tyler Adams, possibly Johnny coming up. There's a debate there. The right back is clearly Dest. The left back is clearly A-Rob. The goalkeeper is clearly Matt Turner. And then the center back position, to me, Tim Ream should still be a starter up to the Copa America. But the other center back, you could debate there between Chris Richards, Carter Vickers. It's a bit debatable in that sense. But most positions, there are players that are locks to start. For the most part. Our depth is nil, not good. Yeah, the depth for the U.S. men's national team is meh. It's not terrible. I mean, I don't know how old you guys are. I'm not old, but if you go back to when I was watching, like go back to 2006, go back to 2010, 2014, the depth of the U.S. men's national team was far worse than this. This right here, compared to that, is not bad depth. What we have right now, it's definitely not bad. And Carlos Membreno saying anybody from the U23 and below that could upgrade our bench or make their way into the starting 11 by 2026. Starting 11 is a bit tough to say right now, but in terms of roster, I would say Taylor Booth has a shot in the roster for sure. That's one of them. They're saying Tanner Tessman, but I don't think so. Tanner Tessman. Taylor Booth is one of them. Besides that, I don't know if there's any of the U20s and U23s that could actually fight for a starting job or be in the roster. They would have to really develop. Maloney, passing it back to Luca. And Weah. Weah's going the full 90, isn't he? Maloney, bad pat. Yeah, Maloney looks a bit also like a rugby player, man. Very strong, not overly technical. They're saying Obed Vargas, possibly Obed Vargas is one. Caleb Wiley for sure, because Caleb Wiley, it's more because we haven't really found a backup, right? So Caleb Wiley can be a left back. He's one to watch. Coleosho is not with our U20s. I see in the chat saying Coleosho, he's not with our U20s, Coleosho, so I wouldn't really mention him. And also, we haven't gotten him to commit. Tiago saying, Tack, tell me some gossips from the U.S. men's national team. You know some. No. I whatever I know, I can't say, and I don't know that much. Also, to be fair, I don't know that much. Gaga Sonina can make it as a backup goalkeeper. He can make it as a backup goalkeeper. Aiden Morris, no. Len is saying Canada soccer money is going towards subsidizing the Canadian Premier League. Oh, Maloney tries to find Pepe. Pepe can't settle. Man, this second half has been ass. Seriously. It's been so bad. They're saying keep an eye on Patrick Schultz, from a goalkeeper from the Columbus Crew. Yeah, he's been good. Patrick Schultz from the Columbus Crew. He's with the U23s. Diego Luna, maybe. Not sure on Diego Luna, possibly. For the U.S. men's national team roster, it's tough. Jalen Neal, there's a chance because of how much talent he has. The only thing with Jalen Neal is the competition he has. If he can beat the competition, sure, it's not easy. But Jalen Neal is a talented center back. He can most certainly be with the U.S. men's national team senior team in the near future. I'm hoping to see Jalen Neal in the Olympics. That's where I want to see Jalen Neal, the Olympics. That would be a good one for him, for sure. Going on here, let's see. Going on, Ghana with the ball. Don't put me to sleep, Ghana. Don't put me to sleep. You guys are almost doing that. They're really trying to put me to sleep, man. Did if I gone crazy? Was there any shots on target in the second half? You see, for the second half, when we do player ratings, I think I'm just going to give everyone a 5, just average in the second half. It was just average in the second half for everyone, in my opinion. Dest, Weah, Dest. Oh, bad pass from Dest to Maloney. Ricardo Pepi loses the 50. Maloney also loses it. And here comes Ghana in transition. Matt Turner comes out of the goal and clears it. Lee is saying, fun fact, this goalkeeper is the backup of Gaga at UPenn. The goalkeeper from Ghana? I didn't know that. Man, Ghana is really, really struggling right now. They're calling the backup goalkeeper of UPenn. They're really struggling. Really, really struggling. Here comes Ghana. Again with the ball. And I kind of want to just end this. Is it messed up if I just end the stream early because I'm over this game? It would be, because who knows? Maybe the U.S. We're not scoring anymore. Doesn't seem like we want to score. Weston McKennie just driving inside to no one. Pete went to take a nap or take a shit. You never know. Pete might still be dealing with that explosive diarrhea. He might be dealing a little bit with the explosive diarrhea, Pete. You never know. You never know. It's what they say. When you gotta go, you gotta go. I should have brought toilet paper for Pete. Okay, I gotta stay awake. Stay awake. We still have the post game, and then I still have to do the 7 things we learned. I think for the 7 things we learned, I'm only gonna rewatch the first half. I'm not gonna watch the second half again. If I rewatch the second half at 1 a.m. here in Orlando, I'm falling asleep. There's absolutely no way. No way. No way. So I'm going to do this. There's 1 minute left. United States has won. We've taken care of business. 4-0. We're going to go to 11 Yanks now. You guys know 11 Yanks, not 11 Wanks, 11 Yanks. We're going to go to 11 Yanks for the post game. I'm going to end the stream early because then I can, go to the bathroom. Not to poop. I need to pee. But one thing before you go, it looks like, Pepe, what are you? What was that? Anyhow, everyone, I'm gonna end the stream so we can do the post game, and then after that, I'll work on the 7 things we learned for tomorrow. Don't forget, go to 11 Yanks. Search 11 Yanks. Let's meet up there for the post game. Bye. Yeah, meet us at 11 Yanks. I literally did give up. The game is